me just point something out here regarding the weather. I was watching some of the local news yesterday, and the weather guys are like, yeah, this system's going to push further south. Not much rain in the Tampa Bay area. And then we get blasted last night. I mean, just a ton of rain. And, I had some of the orange and red splotches over my place. And it just goes to show you that things can change. And like 6 o'clock news time yesterday, when some of the weather folks are saying, we don't expect a lot of these showers out here in the Gulf to make it actually to shore. And what does make it to shore is going to push further south. And then exactly the opposite happens at, 10, 11 o'clock last night and then through the overnight hours. Just thought I'd point that out, because I didn't expect to get a lot of rain at my house, and we got a lot of rain at my house in South Tampa when all of it was supposed to go further south.
Or this goes to show that weathermen or weather people really just make it up.
I think they really try hard during hurricanes and storm seasons, and then, just kind of mail it in the rest of the time. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. No, I just think the weather conditions change, but I just wanted to point out that just because one thing is called for weather-wise doesn't mean that that's what's going to come to fruition. Hey, the other thing that didn't come to fruition, the Rays, the winning streak is over the weekend. Yeah, the Rays' winning streak ends at lucky number 13. Yeah, they didn't make it to 14. Were they on the road in Toronto?
Over the weekend, they were in Toronto.
No. Don't say Toronto like Tonto. No. I had some Canadian rip me. You don't say the T in Toronto.
Yeah, I don't necessarily go to Canadians for the pronunciation on anything.
I prefer to not say the first T, so I say Aranto.
Oh,
that's good.
How about you just leave all the T's out? How about Orano?
Yeah.
Or Orano.
In some parts, that works.
Or put an M there to make it Morano. Oh, so, yeah, Fessa, don't say Toronto, because for a while, I'm telling you, there was some Canadian listener. I haven't heard from him in a while. Maybe because I'm pronouncing it the way that he wants me to pronounce it. But they want me to say Toronto. You swallow or bury the last T in Toronto. Anyway, I think the Rays, was it 3-game stand? Yeah, and the Rays lost the first 2 and they pulled out the third. Andrew, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
That is correct. All right, Andrew, our producer, keeps track of this more than I do.
If you really care, they're off today and they play Cincinnati tomorrow. If you really care.
Now, are they back home
No.
or are they still on the road?
They're at Cincinnati.
At Cincinnati.
Yes.
What does it matter now? They lost.
I mean, seriously.
Who cares
Just
at this point?
Go to Cincinnati, take a picture next to the Pete Rose statue, lose a couple games, and come back home, guys.
Froggy, how many regular season games are there?
162.
What?
162?
How do you know that?
Because I played baseball all through high school.
That's very good.
Thank you.
Roxanne, would you have known that?
Yes.
All right, just checking.
Of course.
And, when it comes down to it, that's too long.
It's a lot of games.
It's too many games. It really is.
It should really be like 14 games.
Yeah, I think you're
football.
Right. Yeah, football's what, 17? Is football 17 regular season now?
Yeah.
And baseball games are like 5 hours long.
Well, they sped that up, though. So
Still.
now there's a bitch clock.
They're 4 hours long now.
Yeah. Do you see they got the bitch clock now?
Yep.
And so the pitcher has to throw within a certain amount of time, or else what happens?
They get tasered by the umpire.
that's what should happen. Andrew, can you do me a favor? Can you look up what happens if the pitch clock is not followed?
They call it a ball.
So it is a ball. Okay, I didn't even know.
What?
Yes. So it is a ball.
Yes. I like the idea of putting stuff on the pitcher's nipples and actually, like you said, tasering his ass.
Electrified nipple clamps.
It was only a second late.
Yeah.
How can you be expected to pitch after that?
All right, this inning brought to you by Acme Nipple Clamps. Just a bit outside.
And what is the pitch clock? Is it 30 seconds? What is the amount of time? Andrew's got to look that up. Oh, you don't know that one, huh, Froggy?
Yeah, that's real.
Well,
Hold on. I don't even think Froggy knew there was a pitch clock.
He thought it was a bitch clock until you corrected yourself. And he thought you were like, wow, they called it a bitch. That's really inappropriate.
Anyway, so the Rays' winning streak ended at 13. Did anyone think they were going to go, the whole
162 games?
Well, there were people holding up signs. 162-0. Give me a freaking break. That wasn't going to happen.
So right now they can go 160-2.
Right. Well, here's also the deal that the record is still held by the St. Louis Morons, because the Morons, they went on a 20-game winning streak back sometime like 2 centuries ago.
Do we still have to follow those records? Are those really still records from 100 years ago?
It was like 1880s or something.
All the rule changes.
Yeah, the St. Louis Morons.
A lot of everything changes.
I think it might be the Maroons, but I think Morons sounds a whole lot better.
I think it was Morons.
Andrew, how long is the pitch clock?
I believe it's 15 seconds with the bases empty, 20 seconds if there's somebody aboard.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
And you know that with the pitch clock, I thought I saw a story that they're selling less beer. Yeah.
What happens is,
because the games are going quicker, so the games are not as long.
Yeah, a lot of times after the 7th inning or something, they'll stop beer sales.
Right, but I thought I also read that some stadiums have extended beer sales into the 8th inning now because beer sales had taken a hit. And, of course, you got to get everyone all brewed up good.
It's really not about baseball. It's about beer sales.
All right, 6:07. Hey, Roxanne's back. Look at this.
Hey, Rox.
Yeah, I was actually happy driving to work today because it was the first time I've been alone in a week in my car.
Oh, so
and I heard Fester say something last week. He was like, I think Roxanne comes to work to get away from her kids.
All right, hold on to that thought. Just hang on to that thought. Hold on.
That's a great Fester impression.
I think I do.
Let's pick up that in just a minute. All right? So Roxanne is back from vacation, and I think I'm about to let on a little bit of additional information regarding the big, huge, major MJ Morning Show announcement. So hold on to all those thoughts. We're back in a minute. Next, MJ Morning Show, Q105.
Feel a good ride?
ladies and gentlemen. All right. There was a movie? Was there a second one to that Night at the Roxbury? Was there a sequel? Why do I think there was Why do I think there was a Night at the Roxbury 2?
I mean, there were so many storylines that they could have.
I never saw that movie, but was it awful?
No, it's amazing.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it is. It's funny. I saw it in
Night
the
at the
movie theater.
Roxbury. No, you didn't.
Okay, hold on.
I'm lying about it.
You went to the movie theater to see Night at the Roxbury?
Of course.
All right, so in 1998, Froggy probably would have gone to see Night at the Roxbury when it came out.
I was 18 years old.
In 2022, Chris Kattan on MovieWeb.com does an interview and says he would like to reunite with Will Ferrell for a Night at the Roxbury.
All right, that's maybe what I remember seeing. When did he say this?
A year ago.
A year ago, maybe that's why I thought there was Night at the Roxbury 2. Hey, why stop there? How about Night at the Roxbury 3?
It could become the new Rocky franchise.
Or Day at the Roxbury.
Day at the Roxbury. Night at the Roxbury Returns.
Brunch at the Roxbury.
Yeah, the final chapter. But then they come back after the final chapter with another chapter.
Roxbury Retirement Home. They both die.
Folks, you got the MJ Morning Show. MJ and the crew here. Fester and Roxanne. And Froggy, Roxanne is back. Yes, Rox.
They just did a remake of Baby Don't Hurt Me. A new song came out that's a remake of it. David Guetta. Yeah, have you heard that?
Guetta.
Guetta.
Yeah, I like Guetta.
Yeah, it's Guetta.
He's changing his name.
Even MJ knows that.
Even I know it's David Guetta.
Well, I put that you in there.
Yeah, thank you.
In any case, that's a new song by him.
Thank you.
It's a new version.
If we want to talk about current times,
right? And apparently, you're a real David Guetta fan.
real big.
Yeah. So let's get back to this little opening that I recognized. And Fester, you said something to Roxanne about what you guys were just referring to something before we took the last break. What was it?
That Roxanne uses this job to get away from her children as much as she does anything else.
And I was like, well, that's rude. I actually tuned in last week and I heard you say that early in the morning. I was lying in bed and I was like, oh, what are these guys up to? And I saw you say that on air. And then as I was driving to work this morning, I thought to myself, I absolutely do use this job to get away from my children, because it was so nice to be in the car and hear my own thoughts.
So you jump down Fester's throat and then Fester's correct. And now you recognize that Fester is being honest.
Yeah, and I'm not afraid to say that.
That's the Fester bell curve with most people.
How many times did you tune in last week?
Probably 2 or 3. It was kind of my morning routine. I'd be lying in bed and I would just wake up and say, because you wake up early still, even when you're on vacation, you're still kind of stuck in that wake up early mode. So I just said, what are you guys up to?
And was Dig Dug awake, or did you wake him up by playing the audio from your smartphone? Or
No, he gets up earlier than I do and goes and has coffee. Just
out of curiosity, what is your app of choice? So when you listen to the MJ Morning Show, when you're spying on us, when you're monitoring, when you're away, what do you listen on your phone?
I go straight YouTube.
Yeah, so she can watch.
Yeah. So YouTube, YouTube, and the live feed, the MJ TV that's on YouTube. I'll tell you right now, when the kids get ready for school, they have YouTube TV on and they watch us in the studio.
Yeah. Are we getting our camera system updated? Because we still have the beta version, the terrible camera system where Andrew's got to, manually switch everything, and half the time. Listen, Andrew's doing other crap in there. I'm sensitive to that. He's answering phone calls. He's doing contests. Whatever he's doing, he doesn't have, the time to focus on MJTV.
I've offered to hit those buttons.
To manually switch the cameras. Yeah, so why haven't... Well, we're supposed to get...
They said that bringing it in here would be a pain.
They said that we can't afford the 20-foot extension cord to run the power line?
Yeah, great. No, because we're supposed to get the updated system where the cameras automatically switch. But what a lot of people have requested is to put just all 4 of our images up on the screen and to just have
boxes, basically.
Boxes like the Brady Bunch.
That would kind of drive me crazy.
Some morning shows do that.
Yeah, I follow a morning show that does that.
I think we ought to do that.
And the
Skippy and Frank?
Well, no, the switcher station can make it a 2-screen, can make it a 1-screen, or keep it on a 4-screen.
Yeah, I think we need to move to that, but we're still using the old technology. No one's updated our video here. It was supposed to be updated like 2 years ago.
Let's be glad we even have video.
Yeah.
I mean, before it was just kind of like some guy in the corner shouting images.
So you go right to YouTube. You watch on
The
YouTube
live stream.
and so you go to MJTV.
Yes, I
And
go
of
straight
course,
to MJTV.
For those that don't know, if you go to mjmorningshow.com, the easiest way to get there, just go to mjmorningshow.com. Go to our website, and then at the very top, you'll see MJTV, and you click on that. And if we're live from 6 to 10 a.m., then the live stream is an option. So just click on, hey, you'll see, scroll down, dude. So hold on, scroll up now, slow. So that's the archive. Dude, right there.
Yeah.
All right. So
I hit back. MJTV's right in there, top of the
so
page.
then right at the top, you'll see a bar that says click here to watch the MJ Morning Show live stream. All right. So then you can watch us live when we're on 6 to 10, but then you have all the options for all of the previous shows. So that's a great way also, on top of using iHeartRadio app, the Odyssey app, or the TuneIn app, or the MyQ105 app. And you can watch us on MJTV or just listen to us on the other apps on your smartphone. Simple as that.
I have to say, you look really good in your trophy husband t-shirt.
You like that? Yeah, I'm wearing. Michelle got this for me. I'm wearing my trophy husband t-shirt.
Oh, Michelle, what a prankster! What a prankster!
What did she get this for? I'm trying to remember.
Was it an anniversary or?
It might have been an anniversary gift. I'm wearing my trophy husband t-shirt. Forget about trophy wives. Yeah, we don't hear enough about trophy husbands.
No, we don't. She just pimps you out around town on her arm. Look at my trophy husband.
Yeah.
I think I'm a bowling trophy husband.
And look at my arms. My arms are.
Jeez.
No, I'm just telling you.
Did you just say look at my
I
arms?
didn't need to go down that road.
Yeah, they look like buggy whips.
Dude, I'm working out now. I'm doing. Dude, I'm telling you that my workout is I'm doing the. I've talked about this. I'm doing X-Force, and X-Force. They have location in South Tampa on Kennedy. They've got one in Palm Harbor, and there is a noticeable difference. I mean, I am absolutely getting back into shape. I'm getting my definition back. My chest muscles, my pecs are coming back. My arms have clearly quadrupled in size.
Yes,
clearly.
So I do recommend X-Force because it's working for me. So I was just noticing on MJTV that I'm looking mighty buff.
So what would you guys think of me if I just was like, I'm looking at MGTV right now?
No, it's MJTV, not MJTV.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said MGTV.
No, I just said MJ.
No, you did not say that. You said MG.
That's the Mary and Greg morning show. Please don't refer to them.
Yep.
MGTV.
No.
What if I just looked at myself on MJTV and was like, oh, look at my arms. Oh, guys, look at my stomach right now.
Fester brought the feed up, and it's actually very distracting because there's, I don't know, what's the latency, 20, 30 seconds?
About 20 seconds. When you see it on MJTV, it's about 20-second delay from when we actually say it.
Right, all the processing and all that stuff. Now, as far as the MJ Morning Show big announcement, I've teased that something big is coming. Now, this is the week of the 17th. I am going to make the announcement early next week. So early next week, I will make the announcement about what is coming. Something massive. Something humongous. Like a fungus among us. So something humongous is coming to the MJ Morning Show, and I will make that announcement early next week. As this week goes on, I will narrow it down, and I'll come up with a specific date and time when the massive MJ Morning Show announcement is coming.
Question, who knows about it in this room aside from you? I do not know about it.
Yeah, are you going to tell your co-host?
No one knows.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
Fester doesn't know. No one knows.
It's great
good.
communication.
It's good not to tell us.
No, listen, I don't. What was that, Andrew?
I was saying I know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Andrew overheard me on a call. He was snooping.
Great.
Yeah, he was eavesdropping.
Good. Andrew would tell us.
Yeah, I think he's got the room bugged also.
Andrew will roll over.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Did I ever tell you the time that?
Are you trying to whisper and tell us something about Andrew, even though he's listening to the show?
No, I have no idea where he's going.
I might know something about the general manager's office at one of the radio stations I worked at being bugged.
You might know something as in you had something to do with it, or you just... Ooh.
Well,
sounds illegal.
Well, you know what? I got to check on what Virginia laws were back in 1988.
I don't know that Virginia is looking for that.
The statute of limitations has worn out. Oh, man, maybe I should tell that story. Yeah, maybe I should tell that story at some point. All right, 6:31 at the MJ Morning Show. Let's do early morons in the news next. Great pile, as we say. Morons in the news roll next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. Q105. Hey, folks, Monday morning. It was raining when I was driving in a little bit on the bridge. Was it raining for you guys as well?
It was raining on the bridge, and then it was raining right when I got off the bridge, and when I had to walk in, I got a little wet.
All right. Now, I tease my email address all the time, mj@mjmorningshow.com. And I check my email every day, mj@mjmorningshow.com, and I get great stuff. Now, when people go to our website, your emails are listed as well. For instance, I set up Roxanne at mjmorningshow.com. I set up Fester at mjmorningshow.com. I set up Froggy at mjmorningshow.com. And I'm finding out that you guys never check those emails.
You're not finding out. You knew darn well that we don't check those emails. I told you months ago. Well, I was knocked out.
And I told you months ago, you need to check those emails because people are emailing you. And I'm getting messages like, yeah, I don't get any response back from Fester. Why are you not checking Fester at mjmorningshow.com?
Because I was knocked out by the host provider, and they changed the password on me.
I have a better excuse for you.
Hold on. No one changed any password on you.
It was a straight up hassle.
It's going to be operated. Listen, what do you mean it's a straight up hassle?
Every day, my phone number is literally behind you on MJTV. I'm the easiest guy to get a hold of. If this DB is complaining about not getting a hold of Fester, I got a big bucket of suck it for this guy.
Did you ever have fester@mjmorningshow.com on your phone? Did you ever have the email on your telephone?
No.
On your cell phone?
Because
why not?
I couldn't get it to partner on the phone, and then the password change.
Couldn't get it to
I told you this a year ago, and then I don't know what system you used. I remember when I did have it open, I got more emails from Chinese lingerie companies.
Me too.
Yeah, it was a lot of
spam. I mean, whatever your provider is, are you getting those same emails?
Those went away.
Okay,
so they've done better filters on the email.
Roxanne, we got to do better filters. We have a bunch of Chinese lingerie companies bothering our people.
So we're talking about this during the commercial break, and Roxanne said, "Oh, I'll check right now." But you didn't answer the question. When was the last time you checked Roxanne at mjmorningshow.com?
Let me look in my email checking diary and see the last time I logged on to that.
You don't have to be a smart ass.
I don't write these things down.
Well,
I don't know. Do you know how many times you can reach out to people in so many places? Facebook, IG direct messages, Twitter, but every place.
When you go to our website, when you go to mjmorningshow.com, on the contact, it has our email addresses. And guys, I get a lot of great content from listeners on my email, mj@mjmorningshow.com.
All right, so let's edit that right now.
But the point is how many listeners have reached out to you guys with good content, and they're sending email, and you're not checking your email.
Oh, yeah. We got to edit this page right now. On the contact, we got to take off the Fester at MJ Morning Show, Froggy, Roxanne. Let's take off those three.
So how do they contact you?
Oh, my gosh.
813-310-8444.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have lawyers calling me. I have taxi cab companies calling me, wanting to buy my phone number and put it in the side of their cars.
All right, Andrew, do me a favor. For contact, let's change. You can contact the MJ Morning Show at, and then : then keep me, mj@mjmorningshow.com. Put Fester, put his cell number, text Fester, 813-310-8444.
It's fine.
His personal.
And then Roxanne, put the text line. I talk to listeners every single day. If they ever are like, Roxanne, I need to get something to MJ, I'll send it to MJ.
The point is, at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 7 o'clock at night, you're not monitoring the text line.
Sometimes I do.
No, you don't.
God strike me dead. I sometimes do.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
I heard that, Roxanne.
What did you just say?
Oh, my God.
I'm listening.
Roxanne just turned into my grandmother.
God strike me dead.
God strike me dead.
That's how you can ask listeners. I have most definitely responded after hours.
Let's not preoccupy God with striking you dead over the text line.
So, Froggy, what about you? When's the last time you checked Froggy at mjmorningshow.com?
Oh, I check it every day.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on it all the time. He's like,
let me look right now.
Oh,
sign up for Busty Babes.
All right, we stop it.
yeah.
It's kind of intimidating to me because I do remember the last time I logged on, I had a lot of messages.
Yeah, how long ago was that? I remember the last time I logged on.
I don't remember the date.
Could you give me a time frame?
I don't remember what I was wearing.
What month was it?
Oh, 2 months ago, maybe. But when I logged on,
wow,
you're
on top of
it.
I was like,
it's been 2 years.
There's so many emails in here. No way, it intimidated me.
You have to answer. What content have we missed on the show from listeners? And not to mention, they're probably like, oh, great. I sent an email, never got a response back, nothing. I mean, we got to be about customer service around here.
The customer service is 800-990-1047.
Call the customer service line. That Andrew answers.
Roxanne, you're not able to monitor every text that comes in, and people are going to, if you have email, at least the email is saved in the box. You don't have every text saved that you miss when somebody sends a text in. That's all I'm saying. You guys ready for some early morons in the news?
If you're asking for the honest answer, it's no.
I want you to cut the crap.
We're the three morons who don't check our email. How about that?
Hey, speaking of baseball, we mentioned the Rays and their winning streak ended at 13 over the weekend in Toronto. I had this in the pile last week. I just didn't get around to it. Did you see that in Philadelphia they had $1 hot dog night? What are you laughing at?
How did that end?
How do you think it ended?
Terribly.
Where do you think all the $1 hot dogs ended?
In the outfield?
On the field. People, the Phillies, for $1 hot dog. This was last week. So they had $1 hot dog night. The Miami Marlins were playing the Phillies, and Marlins just whipped up on the Phillies 8-4. And the fans apparently started tossing hot dogs onto the field. Franks were flying everywhere. Hot dogs, the hot dog wrappers, everything. I mean, hundreds. I mean, there's video and pictures of hot dogs flying through the air.
That's great. That's baseball.
What is that, Citizens Bank Park? And, yeah, they had to, clean up the field. As the game got underway last week, it was last Tuesday, the pictures, video, just tons of fans were throwing their hot dogs onto the field. Yeah. And I guess there were long lines to get your dollar hot dog.
It's a waste of a good dog.
One person said, I've never seen so many people in line for hot dogs before. The $1 hot dog night had to top any stadium has ever had. And people were waiting in line all night for cheap hot dogs, and some people apparently missed the entire game. By 9 o'clock, more than 58,000 hot dogs had been purchased.
Oh, my God.
Yep. And a lot of those hot dogs got flung onto the field.
It turned into the largest food fight ever.
Garbage, hot dogs, all chucked onto the field. Now, I remember when I was a kid, I was at summer camp, probably 12, 13 years old, and I read, and I still remember this, I read the book, famous baseball book, The Bronx Zoo, by, who wrote that? Was it, look up the Bronx Zoo. Was it Lyle? Who wrote the Bronx Zoo book? That was written by Sparky Lyle.
Sparky Lyle.
Yes, Sparky Lyle. And one of the very memorable things in the Bronx Zoo is about the Yankees organization. Sparky Lyle was I had that. I'm looking at the cover of this thing. It was a really cool book, and it was about the Yankees and a lot of the behind the scenes crap. This is like 1970s, and one of the funniest things that I remember from that book is when Reggie Jackson played for the New York Yankees. They did Reggie Bar night. Seriously, there was a candy bar.
Yeah.
There was a candy bar.
I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. There was a candy bar named after Reggie Jackson, and it was called the Reggie Bar. And they did a Reggie Bar night, and half the people in the stands threw the Reggie Bar onto the field. So they had to stop the game. They had to bring all the grounds crew out to clean up thousands and thousands and thousands of Reggie bars that people were throwing onto the field.
There's a story of a baseball game. I forget what year, 80s maybe.
Yeah.
And they had Nickel Beer Day or something. And it's just riots broke out because everybody was so drunk. It was the biggest disaster.
Are you serious?
Yeah, nickel beer or dime beer. It was a big event.
Speaking of beer and baseball, have you seen what the Orioles are doing after each home run?
No.
MJ, they bring out a beer bomb, right?
Oh, the Orioles what?
The Baltimore Orioles
Bring out a beer bomb?
bring out a funnel and a hose, and they drink water or Gatorade, but you take a shot from this beer bong, which is the only thing I could call it.
Yeah.
And they had to clarify that it's called a Homer hose, not a dong bong. Well, guys, because you hit a home run, you hit a dong.
It's not an enema.
Yes.
All right. Hey, when we get back, what kind of idiot threatens a dictionary? Name a big dictionary. What's a big dictionary?
Webster's.
Yes. What's another one?
Miriam.
Yes. Merriam what?
Webster's.
Exact. Well, just Webster, not Webster's. So Merriam-Webster.
A little short bastard is still making those books.
Hold on. Can you imagine somebody threatening a dictionary because of dictionary entries?
Oh my God.
All right, hold on a minute. We'll get to all that next. You got to, and a whole lot more on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. 6:03 here on a Monday morning as we launch a whole new week of the MJ Morning Show. We highly appreciate you listening. So when you think of somebody threatening a dictionary, do you have a picture that pops into your head?
Threatening a dictionary?
Yeah,
An actual book?
Somebody is threatening a dictionary. What? Do you have an image with the limited detail that I've just given you? Do you have any image that pops into your head when I say that a dude is in trouble for threatening a dictionary?
Was he pissed off at some of the definitions?
Yeah. I think I teased that a little earlier.
Okay.
So a California guy was all ticked off because of some of the LGBTQ related definitions that have made their way into the Merriam-Webster dictionary with their updated gender definitions.
All right.
So this guy had previously done this, and he was sentenced late last week to a year in prison for essentially threatening a dictionary. Yeah, this guy made totally anti-LGBTQ violent threats. Guy by the name of Jeremy Hansen, 35 years old, was sentenced in federal court in Massachusetts to a year in prison. Also included 30 days of home confinement, 3 years of probation, and mental health treatment. Yeah, pleaded guilty last year to interstate transmission of threatening communications in connection with threats made to Merriam-Webster dictionary. Do you know where they're based, Fester, by any chance?
I would guess Massachusetts because that's where the trial was.
Yes.
Okay.
Good guess.
I'm looking for the city. Do you know where in Massachusetts Merriam-Webster is based?
Worcester.
No. That's a decent guess, but no. The Polar Seltzer Factory is located in Worcester.
I knew there was something
Yeah. Actually, Worcester.
Worcester.
Yeah,
Worcester. Worcester.
No. It's Worcester.
And they also make Worcestershire sauce there.
No, they don't.
Again, I have
So-
the most inappropriate joke ever, and the punchline is Worcestershire sauce.
No, I don't want to hear
Yeah,
your
it's
joke.
so bad.
Yeah.
I'd be so canceled. So canceled.
In court documents, prosecutors said that this guy from Rossmore, California, has a history of making threatening communications, nearly all of which were motivated by biases based on race, gender identity, and or sexual orientation. And then he also threatened the American Civil Liberties Union, and he also threatened the president of the University of North Texas.
Oh, UNT?
I never heard of that school in my life.
Yeah, with North Texas Mean Green, right?
I mean, can you imagine somebody threatening harm to the Merriam-Webster dictionary because he was not happy with LGBTQ listings?
He deserves every day of that year, and the only book that he should be allowed to read is the dictionary. Where is the headquarters? You said you didn't. Did you tell me
Where?
what city?
Oh, did I not? Springfield, Mass.
Oh, okay.
Yep, Springfield, Massachusetts is where they're based.
I would never have guessed that.
Now, I have another AirTag story. We've had a bunch of these. Oh, Fester, bring up the item because I can't remember if we did this. The guy that had an AirTag in his luggage and then tracked down his luggage because there was an AirTag. His luggage was ripped off, and then something surprising happened when the guy found his luggage. I'll get to that in a second. But you know what's going on? If you're a thief, if you're a disgusting, low-down, no one likes a thief. And if you're just a low-down, disgusting individual, keep in mind that, man, these AirTags and these little tiles and tracking devices, people are getting busted left and right. And there was a couple of recent stories. A dad out in California confronted a bike thief. Someone ripped off this guy's kid's bike. And guess what? There was an Apple AirTag hidden on the bike. The dad hunted down the thief who stole his daughter's expensive e-bike.
Oh,
Which, by the way, I see people like...
I see everybody on those things. I want one.
Listen, I see people in my neighborhood that are clearly like trying to get exercise, and they're on an e-bike. What are you doing? You're not getting exercise on your e-bike.
Yeah, you can still pedal.
Yeah, maybe they're not trying to get exercise. Maybe they're just trying to coast around.
But they're not pedaling, Froggy. Yes, I imagine you can pedal on your e-bike, but I'm saying whenever I see somebody in my neighborhood on an e-bike, and a lot of times they're pretty significantly overweight, you can clearly tell,
Look at you judging.
they're out for a ride. And they're on an e-bike, and their feet aren't even moving. They're just, they're just smiling as the wind hits their face.
I asked a resident fat guy, I don't want to ride a bike, but I'd love to coast around the neighborhood. That's an
Yeah,
e-bike.
you say that about people on motorcycles. They're not even moving their feet.
Guys,
E-bike sounds great.
you're missing the point.
I think
Maybe
you're
they're not
You're
exercising.
missing the
I'm
point.
telling you that a lot of these
Maybe
people,
they're bird watching.
they think they're exercising, but they're cruising around on an e-bike, and they're not exercising. There's people are like, they're lulled into this false sense of, oh yeah, I'm going out on the bike, I'm getting some exercise.
What are you,
What makes you
Jack
think they're
LaLanne?
thinking
I'm
that?
getting some cardio.
How do you know they're thinking that? Maybe they think, I'm just going to ride it around and
Just gonna
cruise,
around my neighborhood a little bit.
not worry about my
I'm
weight.
gonna go laugh at the radio guy. I'm gonna pass by his place. Ha ha. You know.
I'm telling you right. Anyway, so this guy's daughter's e-bike was ripped off. There was an Apple AirTag that was on the bike hidden, and the dad was able to track down and confronted the thief. Johnny Ehrman's $3,000 e-bike,
Wow, that's
which she uses daily to get to and from school and work, was stolen as she was at work. She says, I drive like 12 miles a day. She told us to Fox 11 out in Los Angeles. I was crying outside my workplace. I actually had some of my coworkers say, what's happening? Where's your bike? Yeah, she said the bike's wheel and pedals had been locked, and she removed the battery, but the bike wasn't locked into a fixed object. Fortunately, she had previously bought an Apple AirTag for like $30, placed it on her bike in case something happened. Guess what? She saw that on the tracking app where her bike was, called the police, also called her father, and they went first and confronted. They tracked the bike down. They found it at an apartment complex not far from where she lives in Orange County, south of L.A., and the father stormed over to the home, confronted the thief after finding the bike in the front yard. I'm yelling at him. I'm grabbing my daughter's bike before he snatched the e-bike and they got out of there. The crook was stunned, they said. The dude just stood there with a look on his face like I've never seen. He said, I think the look was shock. How'd you get my location? Well, Apple AirTag, duh. And then, did you bring up the other story?
I mean, there's so many stories about luggage and track down.
No. We found it last week. So the story is, luggage was stolen. Another Apple AirTag was used, and a guy shows up to where the luggage was pinging, and the guy is wearing clothing from the luggage. Do you have that story?
That's a few more details.
Yeah, wearing clothes. And this happened recently as well. Yeah, right here, second one. This is insane as well. Man tracks down stolen suitcase and finds the suspect wearing his clothes.
That's good stuff right there.
This was Atlanta. A suspected suitcase thief was nabbed at Atlanta airport after a traveler used Apple AirTags to locate his lost luggage and found the alleged perp already wearing his shirt and jeans. Craig Nelson, wasn't he an actor on some TV show?
That was Craig T. Nelson.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's right.
Was charged with theft after he allegedly snatched Jarneal Reed's silver suitcase from the baggage carousel at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport last month. Reed told WSB television up in Atlanta last week that the ordeal unfolded when he landed on a flight from L.A. and was left waiting for his suitcase, had $3,000 worth of items, and luckily had an AirTag. And I'm trying to look for my luggage. I'm standing there for like 30 minutes. I'm not seeing it. And eventually I pulled my phone out, so I have an AirTag. The traveler said that the tracking device the traveler said that the tracking device he had stored in the suitcase was showing that the bag was already out of the airport, but he quickly alerted cops when he saw that it was suddenly moving back in his direction. Reed tracked the bag until it arrived back at the airport, and then he filmed himself confronting Nelson, who was described as homeless and had already put some of the guy's clothes on.
I mean, if you're a homeless guy, you can't wait to get out of your clothes.
I'm telling you right now, people are putting air tags on their cars.
I know a handful of moms who put them in their kids' backpacks.
Yep, that we've talked about that in the past as
That's
well.
smart.
So,
Yeah.
attention thieves, you think you're going to get away with something? That thing might be air tagged, tiled, whatever, and that you could find yourself busted. So heads up on that. All right. Hey, Roxanne is back from vacation, and Roxanne tried some Trank last week. So hang on. We'll
What did I do?
okay, maybe you didn't. No, I just keep seeing all these stories about Trank.
Well, I don't even know what
Do
that
you know
is.
what Trank is?
No.
TRANQ. You
I
don't know
have
what
no clue.
Look up Trank. All right.
Must have just popped on the scene while I was gone.
No, it's been like brewing for a couple of months now. Anyway, hey, when we get back, also Taylor Swift recap. Oh God, thank God the Taylor Swift mania is over. Oh jeez.
Oh, I miss her already. Clips from that concert really look amazing.
Hang on, we'll get into all this next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. Thank you again for listening to us. We appreciate it. And right this very second, we start an hour, 20 minutes of nonstop MJ morning show. It's nonstop content, no music, no commercials, nothing but the MJ morning show. The crew, me, MJ, and Roxanne, and Fester, and Froggy. So I was being a smart ass, being a little Weisenheimer. And I'm like, Roxanne was out last week, and she tried Trank for the first time.
Yeah, my family vacation. Thought it was something good to do around the kids.
Hanging out with your 5 and 3 year old, right?
Yeah.
Are they 5 and 3?
I need tranquilizer.
Is that right?
Yes, 5 and 3.
No, Roxanne didn't do Trank, but I tell you what, this is an MJ Morning Show warning that these stories are becoming more and more frequent over Trank. Now, Frog, you ever hear of Trank? You know what Trank is?
Is that like a tranquilizer?
You know what? I'm pretty sure that's where the nickname comes from.
All right, so that's the worst nickname ever then if it's from Tranquilizer.
And also, I want to be very clear that I'm talking about Trank. I'm not talking about
Chunk.
All right? So there's a big difference between Trank and
Chunk.
So
unless you want a chunk of Trank.
Chunk, chunk, chunk.
No, the DEA continues to warn of Trank abuse, and people are losing their limbs. It's a veterinarian tranquilizer, and now the DEA is the drug is actually called xylazine, and it's most commonly used by veterinarians, and it's a central nervous system depressant, and it reduces heart rate and breathing. But the DEA, again, listen to this. The Office of National Drug Control Policy is declaring Trank, TRANQ, as an emerging threat. This means the federal government can now take steps to combat it in our communities. The DEA says that Trank was also detected in more than 3,000 overdose deaths since 2021. So the drug is xylazine, XYLAZINE, and it's Trank is the street name, the nickname, and vets use it. Yeah, Trank can cause severe physical injuries in humans. The DEA says that people who inject drug mixtures containing Trank can develop wounds that may lead to amputation.
Hold on. May lead to amputation
Yeah.
or definitely leads to amputation?
No, there are cases where people use the drug and they had to have a leg or an arm cut
I was
off.
about to say, because if it definitely leads to amputation, you'd easily be able to know who's on Trank.
Hey, is that your idea of a good...
Let's have a
You
good
all right?
time.
Good time.
Hang
I
on,
lost a
I'm
limb.
sorry. I swallowed wrong.
Hey, MJ,
All right.
why don't you come over? Why don't you
Yeah.
hop on over to my
So-
house this weekend? We're having
so-
some Trank. Have a little Trank.
Trank.
Hang on a minute.
All right. That's
I'm all frigged up on Trank. All right. No, so is that your idea of a good night out?
I mean, it's
Hey,
definitely,
let's do some
yeah.
Trank, and next thing you know, your arm's cut off.
I mean, in short
Had to be
answer,
amputated.
it depends on the company, but
Who's gonna lose a limb tonight, everybody?
Yeah.
Which one of us?
Yeah, we could take a limo, and you can lose a limb in the limo. It's a limb. It's an LIMBO. It's a so,
And do the limbo.
yeah. DEA officials explain that xylazine is not an opioid. Narcan does not reverse the effects during an overdose.
so you can't get that.
You know, and those Narcan shots, man, those are becoming very, very common.
And wait, did I read something that there's some city or some state where people want 20-year-olds or people in their teens to carry those around with them in case someone...
They are giving Narcan
Yeah.
out to third graders.
So
You need some Narcan right now?
there's a new flavor of Lunchables that
It's like I had,
A
like
tickle?
no, it's like it felt like I had a piece of sand in my throat.
Do you want to
Ooh.
gargle or something?
No, I'm okay.
We can play like red wine or
No, no,
something
no,
for a
I'm
couple
okay.
seconds.
MJ, I saw a video of a cop.
I'm all right.
He was walking up and down Skid Row for a day,
Yep.
and he saved 6 people with Narcan
With
in
Narcan.
one day.
Yeah, by jamming them with the Narcan. Oh, by the way, I was joking around. They're not giving Narcan things out to third graders.
Yeah, it's like 5th grade.
Yeah, they're including them in school lunches now. You know those school lunch trays where you got the meat, you get the vegetable,
Yep.
you get the little fruit cup or something,
Your little carton of milk.
and then a carton of milk, and then in the extra square they put a Narcan needle. No, they're not doing that. No, but serious repercussions are going on here. But the reason why I mention this is because more and more stories are popping up about Tranq, TRANQ, and this drug. And for the first time, though, the DEA is now officially declaring Tranq as an emerging threat. That's a new designation.
All right.
So Tranq has been seized, and a lot of times Tranq is mixed with fentanyl. So you got two nasty drugs. And the DEA is saying that there have been seizures in virtually every single state in the country now. So a little heads up.
Seizures, like people having seizures, or
no,
seizures like collecting?
They're seizing it.
I mean, I think
there have been
both,
seizures, yeah.
Both, Roxanne, would apply. They're seizing the drugs, and people are having seizures.
Yeah, I wanted to point that out.
Now, Roxanne, you sent me a little note last night. I just wanted to clarify something. You sent me a note last night with your show prep, and it read as follows. I charged my phone at the hotel all weekend. Another whoops. And you included that note with a link to the story why you should never charge your smartphone at a hotel or airport. Now, do me a favor. Explain what your concern is, why you sent me a note. I charged my phone at the hotel all weekend. Roxanne was with the family. They took most of last week off. They were down in Miami, I guess. So explain to me. Now, look at me. Don't look at your computer. Don't look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
What's
All right, look at me, Roxanne. Roxanne, look at me. You're not looking at
MJ,
me.
hold on, stop, MJ. You're using the same cadence and tone you use in dog obedience training. All right? Where's your little clicker?
No, I just want to know. Roxanne, stop looking at your computer.
Okay.
Why did you send me a note with the story about never charging your smartphone at the hotel or airport, and then you included the little personal note, I charged my phone at the hotel all weekend. Another whoops. Explain.
Okay. Do you want the truth?
Yeah.
No, lie to us.
Well, hold on.
Give us the lie first.
First of all, what do you think the story's about? Tell me what the story's about.
I know that it's about an FBI warning.
Right.
That if you charge your devices somewhere, that some bad people can put some malware and some things on your phone.
That is true.
Right?
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay.
But why were you letting me know, oops, I charged my hotel at a hotel all weekend?
Well, because...
I charged my phone at a hotel all weekend.
Here's the truth. I did charge my phone at the hotel. I plugged it into the plug and then didn't plug it into the wall outlet, but plugged it into the, what is it?
The USB,
the USB
like
thing.
in the lamp or something?
Yes, and exactly. And I didn't read the story in its entirety to see if that's exactly what they were talking about or if they were talking about something different.
They are.
Okay.
So, again, when you charge your phone, you can charge your phone at a hotel. You can charge your phone at the airport. Just use your charging block. Now, the issue is, and Roxanne's right, so you have you have some of the story correct, in that these charging stations where you see, charge your phone, iFly charging station, whatever the hell they're called. I've seen them in airports. You've seen them sometimes in hotel lobbies, and they're these commercialized, specialized charging stations. And sometimes you'll see a metal rack or a table at the airport, and it seems to be branded. The FBI is warning, do not charge your devices there, because they've discovered bad guys have been able to infiltrate those systems and inject malware into your phone. And in some cases, we've had recent stories where the bad guys are taking over your banking apps and transferring money and wiping you out. So, Roxanne, it's okay at the airport, your hotel, if you want to use your Android or Apple charging block and plug it into the wall. There's nothing wrong with that. Airport, hotel, wherever. And I even think you're safe in the hotel, in the lamp. Or
that's what I did.
Or sometimes in the little center,
like where the alarm clock used to be.
Yeah, they'll have a little charging USB port. First of all, that's low speed though. The charging block is going to charge your phone, quicker because it's 20, 30 watts or whatever, versus that low voltage USB charging device. So if you want to charge your phone, use your block. But I don't think it's as much the USB device in an individual hotel. It's more like those centralized charging areas where a bunch of people can charge their phones at one time. And you see these in airports a lot. That's where you don't want to mess around.
Okay, so you don't even want to do those in the airports either.
But you thought that just say it again?
So this article is saying steer clear of those in the airports.
Yeah, that was the main gist of my story 5 minutes ago. Yeah.
Public charging area.
Yeah. So avoid those big charging stations, those big public stations, because the FBI is saying that you could be infiltrated with spyware. And then when you sent me the story, oh no, I charged my phone at the hotel all weekend. I didn't think you read the whole story because it didn't apply to you. You were probably safe charging your phone in your hotel room. But again, it just seems it doesn't seem efficient. If you hold on. If you got to plug it into like the USB, why wouldn't you just plug your whole block into an AC outlet?
Because it's somewhere in the suitcase that you can't find.
Wait, so how did you have the other wire then?
Found that. I'll tell you exactly how.
So you have the USB wire, but you don't have your charging block.
Yes, because you're driving in the car and you're charging in the car, and then you get out and it's.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
I understand that. You got to keep your wires together. Or have separate wires. Just have a USB car wire, and then you have your USB wire that's connected to your charging block.
Okay. This is a great wire tutorial.
Yes, I mean,
Yeah,
Are you being a wise ass?
Oh, I learned something that.
I think you're mocking me.
I'll just walk up to somebody at the airport and say, "Can I plug my phone into your laptop? I need to charge it."
Yeah, that's safe.
That's safe for both
They
parties.
let me do it.
Yeah, there you go. You're probably all wigged up with viruses.
Virus.
You probably have an STD-ridden phone over there.
Viruses are urban legends.
Is anyone else thrilled that the Taylor Swift mania is over?
Jeez, does it seem like everyone you know went to that? I mean, people I didn't even know who knew who Taylor Swift was were at that.
Listen,
Why are you so bitter about it? I think it was great.
I'm not. Listen,
I wish I went.
I was tired of seeing like car back windows with that shoe polish stuff that went, Swifty Main. You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
There are all kinds of like
Can little
cars.
girls go to the concert without dressing so foolishly?
Well,
like
no, it
everybody
was-
dressed so silly.
Yeah, it was a theme. There was a dress code. Did you know that?
No,
a
there's
dress
not.
code?
Yeah, there was a dress code.
There's no dress code at Ray J.
No, yeah, even the moms
There
I saw taking
absolutely
pictures
was.
were dressed
So
up.
people dressed up. I don't know that it was a dress. Like if
No.
It's not a dress code per se. It's like, oh, you can't wear this. Listen, you can't go nude.
dressed from a
Well,
different era, maybe.
Someone told me there was a dress code.
No, there were people that were dressing. I think that was sort of a theme or a
Yes,
meme.
because it's her Eras tour.
But there's not a dress code. If people want to dress up to enhance their experience or think they're part of something, then some people were dressing up specially. But you weren't required to wear anything at Ray J.
You're supposed to wear something from one of her Eras tours.
No,
I went to
you-
go see Devo, and I dressed up just like him.
I wouldn't say supposed to. It's more like
optionally you could.
people were getting in on the Taylor Swift action by wearing like Taylor Swift related garb.
It's mandatory.
Was it?
It's a dress code. Where's your bedazzled jewels on your forehead?
mandatory. You must wear this dress from her album cover from 2012.
Boss.
Warning, Taylor Swift. Ejection. Can't use your $700 ticket. Ejection. Thrown out. Not wearing costume. Yes.
No, it's okay.
What the hell are you trying
I
to...
had a legitimate joke, and you sit here hitting the buzzer.
All right, well, go ahead. Do your joke.
Too late now.
No, do your joke.
All right, here it is. Ready?
Yeah, all right.
Boss, we need you over at Gate C. Somebody's dressed like they're going to a Beyonce concert. And then you would back, and we'd have a conversation and make a joke. Instead, you're sitting there with the...
I should not have prompted you to do the joke.
There needs to be a dress code. No,
Froggy, can I get a ruling on the field, please?
Sons of bitches, all you guys.
Froggy, can I get a ruling on the Fester field, please?
A boo.
What? You crazy? What? Imitating a gay guy? I even make the microphone sound effects to cut in, to cut out. Boss.
Boo.
Oh, you're just mad. You didn't think of that.
I'm just kidding. I liked it.
A couple of things. If you have all the Swifty stuff written with white shoe polish
Take it off.
on the back window of your car, take it off
It's
now.
over.
It's over.
So,
I saw 25 cars over the weekend with Swifty this, Swifty that.
How
So,
fun.
I have a friend that works at TSA.
I went to Target and I lit Swiffer boxes on fire. Anything close. No, I'm kidding. All right, yes.
I have a friend that works TSA, and they were telling me the next day after the concert, there were tons of people leaving Tampa, going to the airport in their Swiftie merch
Right.
from the concert the
And
night before.
some people got turned away because they tried to, in their carry-ons, take on Taylor Swift machetes. I guess they sold those. They were Taylor Swift machetes, and these are actual sharp machetes that are customized. They're Taylor Swift machetes, and they were sold at the merch booth at Ray J. These are like real serious, like bushwhacking machetes,
Right.
And they're used to chop off boyfriends that have jilted the girls. So chop off their heads.
Nice.
You know,
Nice,
yeah, because well, listen, I'm joking. Obviously, I think that might have been slightly better than Fester's joke.
What? Crazy? That's a terrible joke.
But hang on,
Selling deadly
no,
machetes at the merch stand?
But the point I'm trying to make is, like every Taylor Swift song is about like the boy wronged her, the boy broke up with her, this, that.
It's a victim mentality.
Yeah, never, ever getting back together. You know.
She looked pretty good to me.
I
Too
didn't
bad
see
she
it.
farts under the covers every night. She can't keep a man.
Or they're about Parkinson's disease.
They call her the Dutch oven diva.
Good night, Taylor. Good night, Hunt. Okay, now I get it.
All right, a couple of things that we're gonna move on from Taylor
Well,
Swift.
there wasn't a dress code. I just got that message from the
great.
texter.
There's no
I
dress
think I
code.
must have dreamt it.
All right, now listen. If you went to Taylor Swift and you enjoyed it, I'm thrilled for you. I'm happy. I hope that Taylor Swift brought joy into your life. It's just not my thing, but I hope that if it was your thing, that Taylor Swift provided entertainment and lived completely up to any expectations. And I hope you enjoyed yourself from sincerely the bottom of my heart.
Now get the hell out of town.
Or with Taylor the bottom of her fart.
Oh, come on. Come
That
on.
was cute. That was cute.
I'm sorry. Hey, Froggy, where did you even come up with? Why did you even start that little rumor about her?
I don't think
Because-
it's a rumor. I think it's.
yeah.
No, it's not.
I think I read it on TMZ.
No, you didn't.
Well, when she broke up with her most recent boyfriend, there was a story. Why can't Taylor keep a guy?
No,
It turns out she DOs him every night
No,
with a
that's-
Dutch oven.
I've never heard that referred to in its acronym form.
there was some fake news that pervaded. Obama was not in town.
Billy Joel was.
Billy Joel. That's real. All right. Billy Joel
What's up with that?
was in town with his family. So the piano man was at Ray J. And did she do meet and greet? Because I saw that that Billy Joel and the family.
Yeah, he was there with his daughters.
That Billy Joel and is that his wife and daughters, that they did meet Taylor Swift. So Taylor did take a picture with Billy Joel's daughters and wife and Billy Joel. So just out of curiosity, is anybody listening that did a Taylor Swift meet and greet? Did anybody meet Taylor Swift Thursday, Friday, or Saturday? Also, were there any Taylor Swift sightings? I did not hear that she was spotted anywhere. Does she do all recluse stuff, and does she hermit up good when she goes to a town? Because a lot of times you'll hear about Rolling Stones. They were spotted around town.
They were all over the place.
So there are celebrities that come to town to do concerts, and they're spotted. So 2 questions. Anybody listening, did you do a meet and greet, or do you know anybody that actually did a Taylor Swift meet and greet? That's number 1. And then number 2, did anyone spot Taylor Swift anywhere? Where did she stay? What did she do? Did they rent a house? Was she at a hotel?
I bet you she just was, back in her hotel room or wherever she stayed with blackout curtains
All right,
and getting some rest.
Let me give the number out here. 800-990-1047. If anyone has an answer to any of those questions, 800-990-1047. I saw that Billy Joel did a meet and greet, or was it only A-list celebrities that got to do that? Or did anyone locally have any meet and greet? 800, some of the radio stations that are into Taylor Swift, like any of the stations that play Taylor Swift, were there any meet and greet Taylor Swift contests? that any station did. I
She's
don't
too
know.
big to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's big star. So, I mean,
Right.
so is Billy Joel.
So if anyone spotted her, any sightings, any inside information, it seems like it was just really locked down. But I'd love to know if anyone met her backstage. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047 is how you get in, especially sightings. Anyone see her anywhere? I didn't hear one word. When someone's in town, I get a load of sightings. Hey, MJ, I saw so-and-so here, there. Nothing. Zero on Taylor Swift. Almost like, she was like a ghost.
Maybe she has a disguise.
Of any place, MJ, I think Tampa would be the one stop that you wouldn't see a lot of her because her parents live here. Her dad's in St. Pete.
Yeah, I wonder if she stayed at
Yeah.
Dad's penthouse downtown St. Pete. Anyway, the Obama deal was fake news. Obama was not in town to see Taylor Swift with his daughters. That was all fake news.
So there's a picture circulating of the former president and former first lady in a box at a concert.
Yeah.
And it was a 2018 Beyonce concert. He wasn't here for Taylor.
Oh, I bet you that was a good one.
It was just a reappropriated old picture is what it was. And then we got to get into the Taylor Swift Uber driver strike. Did you see that?
What happened?
Oh, you don't know about this?
Oh, yeah.
Uber drivers went on strike during the Taylor Swift concert to protest the lousy numbers they're getting from Uber. So Uber,
Ooh, nice.
Uber apparently keeps reducing the money, the cut, the percentage that the drivers got. So listen to this. I saw this on Channel 8's website. One of the 3 biggest nights for Tampa Bay ride sharers in a while, thanks to Taylor Swift. Uber drivers are turning off their ignitions, closing out their Uber driver apps. We're the ones doing the driving, said Luis Colm or Cosme, or we're the ones here late at night busting our butts. How are you getting more than us? So Luis has been driving for Uber for 9 years and says that Uber is taking more and more of his paycheck. If you do a ride to Sarasota, they're giving you $19, up to $38. We used to get $90 to $80. Well, listen,
What?
I've heard this for a while
That's
now.
quite a cut.
It is. I've heard for quite some time that Uber drivers are getting hosed, that Uber keeps taking more and more of their money. And I think Uber is still losing like billions a year. How the hell? Other people are driving in their own cars, their own insurance. You get like half.
You essentially run a website, right?
How do you lose billions? Someone explain that to me.
And everybody uses their own car.
How do you exactly?
There's
how
no
does,
overhead.
How does Uber lose billions of dollars? I don't understand that.
Their app's not even that great.
Well, listen, I'm almost over Uber. It's just when
how are you going to get around?
I
Private driver?
Well,
You need a private driver,
well,
yeah.
The deal is if we're going out for a weekend night, and Michelle and I, our rule is typically we go out one night a week, either a Friday night or a Saturday night. And if we're going to be with friends, we're going to be drinking. I'm not driving. I will not get close to if I'm drinking, I am not getting close to my car.
What if somebody's breaking into it?
I can't get any closer, but step away.
With Uber, my issue has been that I'll book a ride and it'll say the driver's 4 minutes away. Then suddenly it shoots to 17 minutes. And then the driver will cancel. Then another rider will, 6 minutes away. Then it shoots up to 15. So I just had a rough time with Uber. But here's the deal. This guy, Luis, organized a strike. More than 100 rideshare drivers, they went to a waiting lot near Tampa International Airport, a couple miles from Ray J, and he says that there were more than 100 cars. He said that they went on strike to prove a point. And then Uber said, Uber issued a statement to Channel 8. Earnings for drivers on our platform remain high, with the average driver in Tampa Bay making $25 an hour while active on the app. Listen, the point is, you can go ahead and wordplay and rigmarole all you want, but the fact is that Uber drivers are making a ton less than they used to make because Uber keeps taking a larger percentage of what the Uber driver ought to get.
$25 an hour. That's like, what if they do 3 rides in an hour?
I don't think it's that much. You're using your car, your wear and tear. I don't think $25 an hour is a lot.
Gas just shot up over the last week and a half. Everything's more expensive.
I say every Uber driver strikes.
I'll tell you what, phones were ringing when I was asking for Taylor Swift calls, but Andrew didn't put one call on hold. It's like, again, I think it proves my point that I don't think Taylor Swift did any meet and greets with anybody other than like big celebrities like Billy Joel. And again, there were apparently like no Taylor Swift sightings while she was in town.
Yeah, we got a bunch of texts that said that she did no meet and greets.
Yep.
My sister.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah,
You're getting text.
Yeah.
Well, interject that, Roxanne. You're the gatekeeper of the text.
She just did.
No. But I had a prompt. Just jam it on in.
Oh,
Just
Sometimes
jam
I
it.
try to jam and sometimes it doesn't fit.
Just
So
jam and
sometimes
ram.
The door gets shut in my face when I try to
No,
jam.
never. All right, so go ahead. Share texts.
Taylor did not have any meet and greets. My sister drove a couple who went to the first night of Taylor Swift to the airport. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, say that again.
I'm literally reading them as they're coming in right
read
now.
that one about what?
I could have not read that one. Let's pretend like I didn't. And
I was a little confused.
no, someone drove a couple who was coming in for a concert. Can we get back to the Uber stuff? Because I had a really bad Uber experience in Miami.
Yeah. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this marks the end of all Taylor Swift talk. The mania has subsided.
Oh, I miss it.
It is over. That's it.
She really connects with her fans.
The wall has just been built. It's done. Okay, what happened with your Uber? Oh, and then I got to get Michelle on the phone because I got a dilemma, folks. I have a serious dilemma. You might have heard, I teased this over the weekend that Michelle has a whole list of things that she wants me to do to improve myself. So, no, I'm serious.
You're
Michelle,
already working out. What else does she want?
Michelle has a list of things that she wants me to do, and she calls it MJ Self-Improvement.
I love that.
I'm going to share this in a moment. Hey,
God.
also, coming up in about 8 minutes from right now, at 8 o'clock, we'll give you the latest Q105 Rock the Cash Box word. So we'll give you the keyword at 8 o'clock, and then we'll give you the text number. You text that word to our nationwide text line, and you can win $1,000. Happens at 8 a.m., then 10 a.m., 12 noon, 3, and 5 p.m. Hold on. Andrew wants us to grab a call. Yes, Andrew, what are we getting here?
Yeah, Chad in Odessa was explaining why she didn't do any meet and greets.
All right. Chad. Oh, I just ended. I just officially.
Right, but they don't hear that for another 20 seconds.
He couldn't have called before the buzzer. I lowered the big iron curtain of Taylor Swift.
I mean, he was probably
ending.
dialing while you were saying it.
Hey, let me push the curtain back up. Okay.
All right. Chad is Odessa. Hello, Chad.
Good morning, guys. Hey, I'm in the MJ boat as far as Taylor Swift, but talking to some friends that are pretty high up in the Taylor Swift fan club, we were talking about it, and I guess officially what they're saying is because she's doing a 3-hour and 9 to 3-hour and 15-minute nonstop show, she's pretty much on vocal rests because it's 3 days a week, and she can't afford to crack her voice and stuff like that. But you can understand.
But wait a minute. She was able to meet the piano man, Billy Joel.
I understand. He's a celebrity. It's PR. You understand how that works, MJ. Come on. If Taylor Swift walked into the show right now, you would meet her. You'd put her on the air.
No,
on your
we wouldn't.
face.
We'd say Taylor stand on the other side of the glass.
No, we wouldn't. I'd make sure you put her
I'd
on
be
the
like,
air. First of all, she'd be here with 800 people.
All right, so you're hearing there were no meet and greets for regular people, only Billy Joel.
Correct. And how many celebrities did you really see? I mean, Billy Joel, how many other pictures have you seen actually on any of her tours so far?
Yeah.
I have to give it to her. She's doing 3 hours and 15 minutes, giving a heck of a production show.
Yeah, and listen,
Yeah.
Jimmy Buffett's been
Makes
doing
sense.
that for 50 years.
But in all fairness, the word is she did a hell of a show. The word is that she gave 100% effort and that the show was really nonstop and packed. So I give Taylor Swift a lot of credit for that.
So she has a 3-hour and 10-minute show. What does she have to do to get ready beforehand with all the hair and makeup and whatever she has to do? I mean, those are 3 long days. I was just hide out.
Exactly. I mean, her morning
Here
Sorry,
comes the
Chad.
curtain.
Sorry, Chad.
Curtain's
Nice
coming
meeting you.
down.
Goodbye, Chad.
Bye. God, it's the heaviest curtain ever.
Chad, the curtain is closed again.
Have a great day, guys.
Bye-bye.
There you go,
That's
Chad.
it. No, it's over.
That was
Bye,
it.
Chad.
Yeah.
Did you like my mouth sound effects of the curtain
Oh,
closing
I thought
again?
that was real.
I thought, yeah.
Actually, it was not a curtain. It was a metal door.
It was a metal door. That's not the curtain.
Boom.
I have one more question about
Curtain
Taylor.
doesn't make noise like
No.
that.
Can you put it back up for a second?
No.
Just hang on a second. Just put it back up for 1 second.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you. Do we know how much the show?
Down. Sorry.
Stop, Fester.
Do we know how much the show production wise costs? I can't find that, and I really want to know
I don't know. I
because
know
it looks outrageous.
they're estimating that the tour is going to bring in $600 million.
It looks like it cost $1 billion.
I mean, that number actually sounds light.
I don't think it cost $1 billion.
It looks like it. She's
I'm guessing they probably spent what $30-40 million maybe. I don't know. Who the
I
hell
don't
knows?
know.
All right, I got to get me. Roxanne. All right, so you had an Uber
Oh
problem.
my gosh, a really nasty
Last
Uber
week in
experience.
Miami?
Yeah, in Miami. We were going to dinner, leaving from the hotel, and it's like everything on South Beach is like a 25-minute drive.
You go to Joe's Stone Crab.
No,
Season's still open, right?
it is. It is still.
Yeah,
open.
yeah. All right.
No, I went to Carbone. And
You went to Carbone. And something tells me that you did not get those reservations on your own at Carbone. Am I right?
define what you mean by get
You-
reservations
you
on my
did,
own.
You did not call up or go online and book reservations yourself for Carbone.
No, me personally, no, I
Yeah,
didn't. I
Do
don't
you-
live
do
in
you
Miami.
eat
Right.
in a truck meat locker?
I'm guessing somebody else made reservations for you that has a higher celebrity status because you probably couldn't have gotten the reservations for just you and Doug on your
What
own.
are you trying to say?
That Carbone's a tough ticket.
Carbone's is named after an Italian mafia guy who was froze to death.
And listen, I've been. That's
The New
right.
York,
That's
New York
right.
Carbone is impossible to get reservations.
Yeah.
at.
So Michelle and I went to Carbone numerous times up in New York.
Oh, it's not
And-
here?
No. Carbone is in New York. Was it on Sullivan? So New York is.
It's in
is
the
it,
Village,
Is it
right?
Thompson? Yeah, it's Thompson or Sullivan Street. Anyway, it's in the Village. And Michelle and I went to Carbone numerous times, and it's okay. It's not unbelievably. I got to be honest. I think I think Roca or Olivia. I think it.
How about Jeremiah? Have you been
I
there?
think I have a better meal there.
I had an amazing meal
Yeah.
there.
Listen, I just don't think that it's all that is what I'm saying.
I had
And it-
Chili's this
and-
weekend. It
I
was
was
all
about to say,
that.
you did some baby back ribs or something.
And it's a very, very tough reservation to get. And I'm guessing that that somebody got the reservations for you.
Yeah, what is it,
Why
like Dorcia
can't
or something?
I just not say that I went to a restaurant and it's just like I ate there? Why does it have to be, all right,
Because
who
it-
booked it for you?
Because it's
Yeah.
a tough reservation. I think that's part of the story that you didn't just go online and get the reservation yourself.
You watch your mouth, sir. What do you think? Do you think you could have got a reservation?
Probably not. Well, maybe.
Yeah.
I
Miami,
called there.
maybe you
I
could pull
said,
out.
"This is Roxanne Wilder from the MJ Morning Show. Do you know who I am?
Wait.
You're going to get me the best table in there."
Yeah, sure.
MJ uses Len Berman's name to
No,
get in.
God.
Anywhere in New York.
God.
All right, well, do you know Len?
Yeah, that'll get you into a funeral home. So, all right. So here's the deal. You had a bad Uber experience.
So
What
bad.
happened?
It almost got like aggressive. Like I was a little bit scared for a second. So we go to get in the Uber. We walk outside the hotel, and it's like sitting back, parked outside the valet area. We figured out it was ours, and it was one of those like 3-seaters. So there's a little like pause. Okay, where the guy's going to sit? Who's sitting where?
What do you mean
So-
a 3-seater?
3-row. I'm sorry. Did I say 3-seater? 3-row. 3-row. You know.
3-row car?
Yeah.
Like a midget limo?
Hold on.
No.
Like
you mean a big SUV?
Yeah, big SUV.
Okay.
With 3 rows.
3 rows.
Like a Suburban or
Yes,
something.
exactly.
So it was
All
an
right.
SUV with,
All right.
with a third row
Thank you
seat.
for clarifying. So it's like, who's going to sit where? So then Doug flips down the back seat or the middle seat,
Mhm.
and the girls are going to get in the back. So we get in the back.
You took your girls to Carbone?
No. The girls, meaning me and the other woman that I was with.
And who were you with?
Kettle.
Oh, God. Who were you with? What,
Kettle.
what- What was the first?
I
What was
just
what was the
told you.
first name? It was not Kettle. Who were you with?
Do you not read your text messages?
No, I don't read my.
So Roxanne actually had dinner with Kettle.
It was
She-
Kettle,
It was the
literally
woman
this
named
time.
Kettle. They went
All
to
right,
dinner
so
this
what
weekend.
happened with Uber? I got to call Michelle because Michelle,
Okay.
and then I got to give away the key cash word here in a second. Go ahead.
So, anyways, we get in the back seat, and then Doug's about to climb over. He climbs over this seat, and Uber driver just starts going nuts and like cussing at him in Spanish.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and honestly, when we kept telling the story over and over at Carbone,
Because he climbed over the seat?
yeah, it was weird. Like,
But-
the seat was down and he was just trying to hurry to get in. And so he, that didn't lift the seat up first, even though the two girls had gotten in me and Kettle got in the back. And so the Uber driver started screaming at
Hold
him.
on. Fester, what are
going
you
on?
doing?
It's my alarm for the window for the word.
All right, let me
Okay, do the
hang
word.
on,
I
let me-
set an alarm.
let me
After the debacle on Friday, I
wasn't-
set an
It
alarm.
wasn't a debacle.
You gave the word with 2.5 minutes left.
I gave the word at 11 minutes past 8. Still got it in.
4 minutes. I know.
All right.
You got it in.
So this hour's word for Rock the Cash Box is laugh, L-A-U-G-H. This hour's word, laugh, L-A-U-G-H, texted nationwide to 45911 before 8:15 for a shot at $1,000 cash, or you can enter it on the Q105 app or at myq105.com. Good luck. All right. So the Uber driver's yelling at you guys in Espanol.
Yes.
See.
Really saying nasty stuff. And I don't speak Spanish. And
So
I don't-
you're like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
but
How do you say bald in Spanish? I think it's bold.
And
Bold.
and so then the other guy who we were with, he starts yelling back at the driver in Spanish, and then Kettles gets mad at him because you never know what's going to happen
With
in
Kettle.
today's day and age. you know what I mean? Like somebody could pull out a gun because people were just so aggressive. So
Right.
so then we
all right,
got
so you were with Derek Jeter and his wife.
no. MJ,
so Roxanne,
I
did you know-
told you I was out to dinner with Kettle on
There's
Friday
no
night.
person named Kettle.
Her name's Carol.
There's no Carol. There's no Kettle. This is a made-up figment of Roxanne's imagination.
Why are you so hung
okay.
up on that?
All right, go ahead.
Anyways, it was really weird. Like for a second, I was like, okay, this guy's probably going to shoot us. He's going to lose his temper. That's how you have to think nowadays, right? Because we do
So
all
you
these
thought
stories.
you thought the Uber driver
And
was
he-
going to shoot
he
you?
was like pointing and screaming at Doug just for
But it's all
not
that
pulling the seat up. It was bizarre. And so we just all escaped the Uber and then sent a bad review note and reported him.
Oh, that's going to
Oh,
affect
yes.
your future
Who
rides.
booked the Uber, by the way?
Kettle.
Oh, can we stop it with this Kettle?
My name is Kettle.
Yeah.
Stop asking Roxanne for names. It's your
That's
fault.
her name.
I know,
I'm
but-
guessing the Uber driver probably left a really, really bad review.
I'm
like
sure he
probably
did.
like 1 star,
I'm
right?
sure he did, but it was quite alarming. And to this moment, I don't know what Doug did wrong.
What did your score go down to? Have you noticed
So-
if you're
1.6. I got to call Michelle. I got a little bit of a dilemma here. By the way, I'm sorry for running late here, but sometimes it happens. So I got to call Michelle because Michelle seems to be pushing some self-improvement items on me.
Oh man, like what?
Michelle's got kind of a whole list of things that she wants me to do to improve myself. So I'd like to know what you guys think. And it's, but let me.
I have to hear the list before.
It has to do with more appearance issues.
Oh.
Hang
Well,
on.
I'm so in support of this. I think it's awesome, but it's kind of stuff you have to do before you get married because, like,
Please tell me the hair.
she's stuck with you.
Oh, Froggy, will you leave me alone?
Leave me alone. What are you talking about? It's my job.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning, Michelle.
Yeah.
It's 8 a.m.
Yeah,
Rise and shine.
Exactly.
I am. I'm going to get up right now.
All right. So I was just telling the crew that you have kind of a list of things that you want me to do, and you're kind of pushing these self-improvement items on me, and I'd like you to roll everything by the crew, and I'd like to get Roxanne and Fester and Froggy's opinion on this.
No, I'm not pushing them. They were just merely suggestions for you.
Well, they were very strong suggestions then, and actually it felt like a little bit of a push.
Well, you were saying something about your skin or your face, and I said, well, you should take my lead and maybe consider getting some of the things done that I've had done.
All right, so here's the deal.
Oh, God.
Michelle wants me to undergo all kinds of like face treatments.
I don't want you to. I just suggested it.
What's going on with you guys?
But also, you've also made the point that, we're on MJ TV every morning.
Yeah.
And were you, over the weekend, Michelle was watching numerous MJ TVs. Were you looking at MJ TV to, like, see how I looked and, how you were going to approach me on having some face treatments done?
Well, you mentioned, that you're on the screen, and I said, well, let's take a look. So, yeah, I was taking advantage of the MJ TV. Julian taught me how to watch it.
All right,
On the TV, like not on my phone.
All right, so Michelle, why don't you lay out for Froggy and Roxanne and Fester and our listening audience, what things would you like me to do to my face?
I suggested that you do the laser genesis first because you're very like wimpish about pain.
All right, she wants me to get my face like sandblasted or something.
No. The laser genesis is so mild, and it just does such a lovely job.
He's a man.
The texture of your skin is improved with the collagen stimulation. It's so lovely.
But I don't want to look like Bruce Jenner prior to the shift.
You won't.
If you're lucky, you look like Bruce after the shit.
What's the downtime for that?
Nothing. No downtime.
Isn't there a couple of procedures, Michelle, like where you can't go in the sun for like 3 days or something?
Yeah,
Or you?
It's nothing like that. But
that's when you get the acid bath dip.
Yeah, he should work up to that, right?
All right, so what laser genesis? You want me to get my face lasered?
It's just a nice light laser. It feels good. It's warm on you.
And what's going to happen to my face? So if people are watching me right now on it, and I'm looking right into the camera, if people are looking at me on MJ TV, so right now this is pre-laser, what would happen if I got the... What if I got the face laser? What would happen?
It would just improve the texture of your skin and make it soft and smooth.
What are you saying? I look like Magda in Something About Mary?
No, but and maybe just do like a little bit of Botox.
Oh my God! Okay, so now, all right, now we're going from the laser genesis in the beginning. All right, so we're going from laser genesis now to a little bit of Botox.
See, Michelle, it sounds like this laser genesis is like a gateway drug.
It is.
For more stuff.
It really is.
I mean, before you know it, MJ's face is going to be as tight as a drum, and he's going to have jet black hair, and it's not going to be right.
Come on, you've seen those guys in the like 50s and 60s, and their face suddenly, you could play bongos on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I'm not talking about doing any of that. I'm just saying.
Okay, Michelle, I got to tell you, did you hear the story MJ did a couple weeks ago about how when you do Botox, there's a study that shows that it makes women less compassionate or makes people who get it done less compassionate because you can't mirror expressions, and it makes you less able to show how
empathy
you feel
and
about
stuff?
No.
Yeah, and ever since MJ did that story, it's like stuck with me, and I'll be having conversations with people. I'll be like, "Am I showing my empathy enough, or am I just making a weird face?" So MJ's already low on the empathy spectrum. I don't know if he needs to.
Hold on, what? What does that mean? I'm low on the empathy spectrum?
Yeah, you're not like a highly empathetic person.
What do you mean? Oh, you call me a sociopath?
No.
Psychopath.
I mean, I could think of other spectrums that you actually rank quite high on, but the empathy spectrum.
Hey, my Spectrum cable went out last week.
I will not be naming one, Michelle. But everybody knows.
All right, so what are you saying?
Nothing. Michelle and I are having a private conversation.
So you want me to do the laser, then Botox, and then, as Fester put it, the gateway drug is opening up to what? What's after the Botox that you want me to do?
Well, then you would work up to a higher level, more ablative laser.
Ablative laser?
Right.
What are they going to like face off? What are they going to is Nick Cage? You're going to put a new face on me? What's going on?
You know what? No, you could do the IPL because you know what? You've not done a really good job of wearing sunscreen, all these years, and so that would remove or diminish a lot of the sun damage that you have.
I don't have sun damage.
Oh yeah, all over your face.
I mean, up close, you have those freckles. They'll take them off.
And I have to look at you up close all the time.
That's by choice.
What is that, a horror show? What
No, it's just there's a lot of sun damage.
All right, so let me get this straight. So the Genesis laser, Botox, and then the ablative laser? And what's...
No, the IPL, and then eventually you could do the one where, I come home looking like chopped meat, but I would work you up to that.
Oh, that sounds great.
When do I get the one like in season 1 of Ozark where they throw someone in a vat of sulfuric acid? When does that one start?
That's at the end of the year.
So, guys, let me go to Roxanne first. Roxanne, what are your thoughts on Michelle trying to get me to do all these facial procedures? What are your thoughts on this?
I like it. I like self-improvement, so I am on board with this project. I would still say you don't need Botox just because, again, I think that I don't know, men are just, this really irritates me, but men look good with their expressions. Maybe I'm just used to seeing them.
So what are we going to call Operation MJ Face is what we're going to call this?
And I do think, but I think I agree with all of our other laser talk. Everything else, yes, do it.
All right, Fester, any thoughts on this?
I don't know. I mean, there's always that line about radio guys.
I mean, Fester drives around with bird poop all over his car. Did you see that picture I took? You see that picture? Yeah. I got a couple things on my Instagram that I posted over the weekend I got to talk about.
Listen.
Yeah.
There's the old expression that you have a face for radio. Right?
Yeah.
Michelle, in this room are 3 very ugly men.
That is not true.
All right, Froggy is an ugly man. I am an ugly person.
No.
Physically,
throwing me in with you.
Physically, you're ugly different than I'm ugly.
Yeah, how so?
Well, first of all,
you're ugly on the inside and out, and I'm just ugly on the outside.
Fine. We're still in the same ugly boat.
Right, so
I make no qualms.
Froggy is just called Fester ugly on the inside and the outside.
I might just be on the outside.
MJ's, not great looking.
Oh my gosh! How can you say
Fester's
that?
such a jerk.
He's not. I'm not.
Hang on. Hey, Michelle.
Yeah, mister, I just dyed my beard last week.
I just used Just for Men. Look at this beard. I have the beard of a 38-year-old.
It looks like your face got dipped in like a vat of black Sharpie ink.
Yeah.
Is what it looks like.
It's like I inherited all of Billy Mays' leftover Just for Men, and I'm using it now.
Amanda is calling in from Bradenton, Michelle, and she owns a med spa. Hi, Amanda. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning, you guys. How are you?
We're well.
Hi, Amanda.
Hi. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
You're the one who texts me, right? You're one of my texters, right?
My husband does.
Yes. Okay. Hello to him. I appreciate it.
What's the deal, Amanda?
So the one that makes you look like a burnt marshmallow is a CO2 laser.
The CO2 laser makes you look. Who wants to look like a burnt marshmallow?
So I know, right? And you can't go in the sun for like 2 to 3 weeks. There's, we live in Florida. It's not very feasible.
Right.
So we have the IPL, although it's a great technology, is kind of starting to become more of an older technology. We're really getting into like red lasers, so it's serial aesthetics, and we have a red thulium laser and then the RF microneedling. And so when you do them together, you can get those CO2 laser results without blasting your face off.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking, if you're going to go into those treatments, that's kind of what the technology that I would be looking for.
How many men? So you do these procedures. You own a med spa. How many men? What is the percentage of men versus women that have these procedures done?
I'd say around 30%.
So 70% women, 30% men.
Yeah, and with these technologies, it's not just like your face and your neck, because it does collagen remodeling. So it actually will kind of pull your skin tighter, and it does like acne scar revision. Mm-hmm. There's lots of kind of stuff. So you can do your face, neck. I have people tightening their rear ends. You tighten it's not fat loss, it's skin tightening their stomach, their underarm. So
what would it do to that actor? Was it James Olmos?
Yeah. With his pock face.
Yeah, really. Hey, thanks for the call. I appreciate it.
And what's the name of your spa again?
Serial Aesthetics.
Thank you for calling.
Bye.
Bye.
MJ, can we start small and maybe get you the shoe lifts?
Will you stop with the shoe lifts?
I sent Michelle. No, look at these. Look how cool these are.
I don't wear shoe lifts.
These aren't shoe lifts.
Send that to Tom Cruise. He's got a place right over in Clearwater.
Look, you slip these right over your sneakers.
Those are ridiculous looking.
Michelle, did you see the text I sent you?
These are exterior shoe lifts. What the hell?
I'm going to get them for you. They're
No,
like
you're
15
not.
bucks.
I'm not wearing
Terrible.
You stop it.
You slip them over your tennis shoe.
Michelle, I got to run. But listen, thank you so much. I don't think I'm inclined to go through a series of face treatments.
Well, I think you're inclined, all right.
All right. Bye, Michelle.
Bye.
Bye. I got a couple of Instagram things that I posted over the weekend. Where the hell did Fester go?
I don't know.
Fester, I'm about to talk about Fester. He left the room.
We'll talk about him.
Recolor his beard.
All right, a couple of things. Did you see the Ziploc baggie of like toiletries just floating around?
Did you take that photo?
I did. That's mine. Yeah. I actually did this a couple of weeks back when we were traveling. And you got to see this. It's on my Instagram. And go to Certified MJ Radio. So my private Instagram is Certified MJ Radio. So the word certified and then MJ Radio. So Certified CERTIFIED. Certified MJ Radio. And it's the third item up there. And literally at Tampa International Airport, there is just a Ziploc baggie. It looks like there's some Band-Aids, some Vaseline in there. And it's like looks like a gallon-sized Ziploc that's on the baggage belt. So not in luggage. It's just a Ziploc. And I kind of had a little fun. And it said, I put a caption on there. When Spirit Airlines says your carry-on is too big. So they make you check the Ziploc.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, did you see,
clever.
Did you hear the music I played on it? So you have the conveyor belt at Tampa International going in circles. So what do you think an appropriate song would be to play on my Instagram?
Something about
Round and round.
There you go. That's
I
original.
know you too well.
There we go. So
Wait, what? How much stuff? It was just one little bag? Are you allowed to do that?
It's hysterical. Listen, I don't know if it fell out of someone's luggage. It's just hysterical. So I have video of the baggage carousel at Tampa International, and there's just a Ziploc bag with someone's Vaseline and Band-Aids in there that's going around in circles. So
That's
if you want,
mine.
Yeah, go ahead. If you want to see the video, go. It's pretty funny. Take a look at the video. Go to Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. And then, did you see the picture? I pulled next to Fester last week. This is late last week. And after the morning show, we're pulling out of the back of the office park, on MLK, heading toward the Howard Franklin Bridge. When the hell are they going to open up 4th Street again? So pulling up to a traffic light. And it's like MLK and a little past Gandhi, whatever that. You know where the Publix is? It's around there somewhere. And Fester, I pull next to him, and there's just bird poop all over his like windows. Where did you go? Fester's coming back. Where did you go?
You don't want to know.
No, I want to know. Where did you just go? You've been gone for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's about right.
Where'd you go?
Well, I have to stay well hydrated with this medication I'm on. And it caught up with me. And I had to run out.
All right. So
I'm telling you don't want to know.
You mean the myasthenia gravis?
Well, I'm on some medication that you have to stay very hydrated to
Okay. All right.
have it function. And I was like, I drink like a half a gallon of water before I even get to work.
I was just
and I had to run out.
I was just telling everyone about. I pulled next to you at the traffic light last week.
Yes.
And there's bird poop splattered all over your car door.
Dude.
And I pull next to Fester. I look at him. He looks at me. And he gives me this look. And it's the most disgusted Fester face. And he's like gesturing to the bird poop all over his new old 2010 Cadillac DTS. It's a very funny picture. And that's also up on my Instagram right now, Certified MJ Radio, Certified MJ Radio. And if you don't follow me, give me a follow. And did you see I made Catch You at Pepe?
I saw that.
On Friday night. Oh, it was so good. Man,
Let me guess. Best in the world?
Dude, my Cacio e Pepe rivals any restaurant.
Of course.
So,
It does.
Wolfgang Schmuck over here.
Wolfgang Schmuck.
MJ. Wolfgang Schmuck. MJ, I get to my job at General RV on Saturday, and the guy who sits next to me, Mike White, all he wants to do is talk about your cacio e pepe.
Yeah.
He's like, "Do you know MJ's recipe?" I was like, "No." He goes, "Have you ever had it?" I was like, "I don't know. Have we ever had it? I don't know."
No, we haven't had it.
And
I
he-
haven't.
You had some of my red sauce.
And
Yeah.
I was like, "No, I don't think we have it." And then he's telling me, goes on and on and on about how easy it is to make, but then how you have to have the proportions right and how he's so
Well,
into your cacio e pepe recipe. And I was like,
It's
yes.
Pepe.
Listen,
Pepe.
on paper, cacio e pepe, which means cheese and pepper in Italian. On paper, it is easy. It's only grated cheese. I prefer, a Sardinian sheep's milk pecorino, because the Sardinian pecorino has a little more salt content.
What if it's
typically
goat's milk? Has to be sheep's milk?
Yeah, I like sheep's milk. All right. But listen, let me tell you what works amazingly well. When I don't, because it's tough to get Sardo Pecorino here in Tampa Bay, but I usually have to order it in. But I'll tell you what works amazingly well. It is really solid. Is at Costco, I'll buy the big wedge, like a pound of Locatelli Pecorino.
You know, if I didn't know better.
Locatelli is fantastic. Locatelli is a great cheese, and it makes amazing cacio e pepe. So listen, the dish it's like 4 ingredients. It's the pasta water, the cheese, and the pepper. And it is, and I actually give kind of the recipe. If you go to my Instagram, you go to Certified MJ Radio, look at the finished product. There are 8 pictures, so you can scroll. And the last picture is Michelle, like giving me a big old thumbs up. So there's the pasta. Let me, you know what? Go back to the beginning. Let me go through this. So the first picture is the completed dish, and it's spectacular. Go to the second picture. I'm showing that I'm using a bronze die cut pasta. I was using Rusticella de Abruzzo, which is an Italian durum wheat. It is Italian made. Rusticella de Abruzzo is great. Also, Rumo. Publix now sells Rumo. That's a new product for them. Rumo I have Rumo in my closet as well. And then Di Martino is good. Rayo's actually has a nice bronze die cut. So the pasta. Then you cook the pasta. And there's a picture of this. Cook it in the most minimal amount of water possible. So I don't use a giant pot filled with 2 gallons of water. I cook the pasta in just enough water because it concentrates the starch.
Oh, yes.
Because, listen, pasta water is liquid gold, baby. So you need the pasta water to add to the grated cheese to make your creamy cacio e pepe sauce.
You know what I have to say about all this?
Yes.
I will say that I didn't ever eat cacio e pepe until I met you.
Yep.
Then I started ordering it whenever I go to Italian restaurants. I even texted you one day. I met Olivia. Should I get the cacio e pepe?
See,
Right.
Olivia does a really good job.
Right. And
Roca also.
Yes.
A really good cacio e pepe. However, let me tell you right now that a lot of restaurants that have cacio e pepe, some of them suck.
Yes.
Some of them
That's
are
what I started
terrible.
realizing.
Yeah.
It's amazing the difference that you will find, but yours does look very good.
It's perfect. It is absolutely. I'm telling you, I perfected this. It's like I'm an Italian chef or something.
You know who has great cacio e pepe? Fazoli's.
Oh, stop.
Oh, my
Will you
God.
stop
So
it?
good.
Would you get out of here?
I love
All right,
Fazoli's.
and then you take fresh peppercorns and you toast them on the stove. You toast them in a little saucepan, and then you put them in a pestle and
mortar.
A mortar. Use a mortar and pestle, and then you smash your pepper so it's fresh pepper. And again, I sort of have a little recipe on how to make it. I make a paste. So what I do is I take the hot pasta water and I start I make the paste so it doesn't get all clumpy and lumpy, and I make a nice smooth paste, and then I fold it into the pasta on the stove at a low heat, with the pasta water, and it's creamy, it's delicious, it's absolutely perfect. So if you want to see it, and keep going, there's a grated cheese. You can see I'll use Locatelli, then there's the pepper getting smashed, and then the final picture is Michelle with a thumbs up. And, just amazing. And if you want to see it, go to my Instagram. Go to Certified MJ Radio. It is on my Instagram right now. A lot of stuff. A lot of things over the weekend on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. Okay, and give me a follow while you're there. There is a story And, there's a happy ending. Remember the story last week about someone that threw a dog over the fence at the Humane Society? And, the leg was broken. And I mean, just a terror. Can you imagine? Someone just chucked a dog over the fence at the Humane Society of Tampa Bay.
Doesn't sound very humane.
It does not. So there's a little bit of a happy ending here, and I saw this over the weekend. Sonny they determined a 4-month-old puppy. It looks like it's a pit bull mix of sorts. But the Humane Society of Tampa Bay has surveillance video of someone taking a puppy out of a pickup truck bed and throwing it over a 6-foot fence. And it happened last week at the Humane Society of Tampa Bay. They determined that it was a 4-month-old dog. And then the dog was discovered the next day injured. I mean, just a sick story. And the dog needed surgery. The dog had a broken leg. Aww. So there was a leg fracture. And so it needed surgery. And it turns out that the dog has now been adopted.
Oh, good.
So the latest is the Gagmere family from Anna Maria Island has adopted the dog. But they still are trying to find whoever threw the dog over the fence.
So there's perfect video of the truck.
Oh, God, yes. It's like a grayish pickup truck.
Is that a Toyota Tacoma?
You know what?
A smaller truck?
It might be. And you can see they throw the dog. The video is from the parking lot, and they throw the dog over the fence.
It's horrific.
And hurt the dog. Just terrible. So someone's got to recognize the outline of the individual, the truck they're driving. Someone has got to recognize this. Hey, Andrew, do me a favor. Andrew, put the story up from the Humane Society. Put the story up on videos mentioned up on mjmorningshow.com. We'll get the story up. And someone's got to recognize whoever threw this dog over. And they need to be arrested and charged with animal cruelty. There's no doubt about it. So the good news, though, is that the dog is going to heal. This little 4-month-old puppy has now been adopted by the Gagmere family of Anna Maria. So there is a happy ending to the story. But there needs to be a really, really ultra double happy ending and find the son of a that threw the dog over the fence at the Humane Society of Tampa Bay. Dog's name is Sonny, S-O-N-N-Y, not Sonny like the sun, but S-O-N-N-Y is the name of the dog. And
it's a good-looking dog.
Listen, it's a cute little puppy, and the dog is going to have a great forever home, which is nice.
Not cool.
Oh, speaking of dogs, who knows? This is a crazy story. This is like a celebrity weirdo dog story. Who knows the sidekick that Jimmy Kimmel has? By the way, Jimmy Kimmel worked at Q105, and Jimmy Kimmel has terrible things to say about this radio station. Jimmy Kimmel has terrible things to say about the Tampa Bay area.
Well,
you know what? Screw Jimmy Kimmel.
All right.
We ought to come up with a bumper sticker. Screw Jimmy Kimmel.
Listen, he had a different experience in this town than some people.
But Jimmy Kimmel, whenever he has a chance to disparage the Tampa Bay area, he calls this like the worst hellhole he ever lived in.
Didn't we find out something that he lost his job here?
Yeah, he got robbed like the first day he lived here. His car got stolen the second. He had a crappy experience in this town. I get it. The guy's jilted.
Well, stop disparaging the Tampa Bay area.
Or maybe why don't you invite him back and roll the red carpet out and show him a good time?
So who is the sidekick for Jimmy Kimmel on ABC?
Guillermo?
That is correct.
Yeah.
So Guillermo, it's the, is he Mexican? I think Guillermo's Mexican, right? So Guillermo, the Mexican sidekick of Jimmy Kimmel, he's all wrapped up in this whole dog controversy. Listen to this. From TMZ, Kimmel live star Guillermo apologizes for rescue dogs ending up at shelter. And he's like, it's just a miscommunication. Jimmy Kimmel's late-night sidekick, Guillermo Rodriguez, is in the doghouse with a rescue agency that says 2 puppies he adopted then ended up at a shelter. He adopts 2 puppies and then drops them off at a shelter? But he says the whole ordeal started with a misunderstanding with his family. Mutt Scouts, a dog rescue group based in Southern California, told TMZ that Guillermo adopted two chihuahuas, which is very appropriate, Chase and Ray, back in 2021 when they were just puppies. He was stoked about the addition to his family, posting pictures of them on Instagram soon after getting them. However, Mutt Scouts says they recently got a call from an animal shelter in L.A. saying the dogs were surrendered by an unnamed woman. So what, Guillermo then sends like some, return the adopted dog Mule to some other shelter and just dropped off Guillermo's dogs?
Yeah, he told his wife, get rid of those miserable dogs.
The shelter then called Mutt Scouts because both pups were microchipped and registered to the organization prior to Guillermo from Jimmy Kimmel Live adopting them. Mutt Scouts provided TMZ a copy of the contract that Guillermo signed before adopting, which says the rescue would be the first point of contact to help rehome the dogs if he no longer wanted the dogs or couldn't care for them. He didn't want to go back and drop the dogs off, apparently. He just had them dropped off at some other shelter in the L.A. area.
Sounds like it would have been easier to just go back to the original place and say, hey, listen, I can't give these dogs the care that they need.
So the organization, they went on social media and called him out. And some of Kimmel's fans were pissed and noted Guillermo's past posts with the dogs is no longer on his page. So he erased the dogs from his Instagram.
Oh, Guillermo.
Guillermo told TMZ this all started when he was asked to take care of his grandmother's large dog because she's battling dementia. At the same time, he went in for knee surgery, so his stepsister had to watch Chase and Ray and grandma's big dog. He says his stepsister panicked the big dog was going to harm the two chihuahuas, and that's when she decided just to drop him off at a shelter. Wait, Guillermo's dogs are suddenly... Come on, this doesn't pass the smell test. That he wouldn't know that the sister was just abandoning his adopted dogs at a shelter? This doesn't add up. He's been busted. What is that song by Bob? Shakedown. You busted, right? That's what this is.
Old Bob Seger song.
You busted.
Does this guy
You're busted.
Beverly Hill Cop soundtrack?
Yeah, exactly.
Does this guy sit on the couch like Ed McMahon style and sit there? Or
He's like he's like in the audience, or he's like behind
He's on
the
the
camera.
side. He's on the
He's
side.
on the set. Yeah.
No, but he's on TV all the time.
Right?
And don't they have him dressed up? Isn't his shtick like he's in a security guard outfit or something?
I've
Or
literally
an usher?
never seen the show.
Yeah. Can I tell you, I've never watched a Jimmy Kimmel episode.
Yeah, I've seen a couple here and there.
Not one. I've seen clips on media, but never sat through a whole episode of Jimmy Kimmel.
All right, so Chase and Ray, the abandoned chihuahuas, have now been brought back to Mutt Scouts. And now Mutt Scouts says that Guillermo made a $5,000 donation to help take care of the pups in the interim. So wait a minute, it's a misunderstanding. They take the dogs back, Guillermo.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole story reeks. He thought he could just dump the dogs. I guess he's not bright enough to realize the dogs were micro. I never thought I'd work Bob Seger's Shakedown from 1987 into the show this morning.
We should work it in more often. I like that song. That's a good song.
You know what? I ought to figure that out. Come up with some song to try to work into every show for some reason. Anyway, Guillermo was absolutely busted. Oh, I don't know if this is going to affect weddings because, we're coming up into wedding season. Did you see that David's Bridal is selling the company and laying off over 9,000 employees nationwide?
Wow.
Excuse me.
Now, David's Bridal is a national chain.
Well, yeah, there's 9,000 employees.
It is,
one store, actually.
Yeah.
9,000 people.
There's a local store that's crowded when you go in there.
Yeah, they have one location on Northdale Mabry. 9,000 employees. Thank you, Fester, for recognizing it's a national chain.
Sometimes we point out ancillary facts to add to our story.
You know that.
Not around here we don't, without getting a hard time for it.
It's all right, I'll give you a hard
Hey, by the way, Sardo from Sardo's Pizza, He wants $5 every time you use his word chooch on the show.
Yeah, I got something for Sardo, too.
So listen to this. David's Bridal is laying off thousands of employees across the country as it makes plans to sell the company. And this is, folks, wedding season is kicking off like now. May, June. June's the big wedding month. So I hope that they remain open and solvent. And I'm just saying, when you hear that they're trying to sell the company, they're laying off 9,000 workers. That doesn't seem, very comforting, right?
It sure doesn't.
So I would say, get your dress from David's Bridal as quickly as you possibly can.
Who is this David?
Yeah, who are they selling it to? Like Bert?
Bert's Bridals?
Is it the statue of David?
Yeah, it's big wiener.
It's David Spade.
A total of 9,236 employees will be eliminated across David's Bridal's 300 stores.
I heard David Hasselhoff started that place. Is that true?
Yeah. He dreamt up the concert. He dreamt up the concept while he was writhing drunk,
eating
a hamburger on a bathroom floor. That's how he came up with David's Bridal.
I got an idea.
David Hasselhoff's Bridal.
I'd shop there.
Yeah, then you can use their limo that has the Knight Rider flashing red LED going.
Or you could get a lifeguard themed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Wedding dress. Yeah.
So heads up. Oh, speaking of TV, Michelle hates the show Succession. So Michelle will not watch it. Well, actually,
that's right. She tries to do spoiler alerts to you all the time.
Yeah, hang on a minute. Hey, Michelle, twice in one day. Hang on. All right, calling up Michelle.
Now, is Succession on Apple Plus?
No, it's on HBO.
Is okay.
HBO and HBO Max is where Succession is. And Michelle hates the show.
Hello?
Hey, I'm just talking about Succession now.
Yeah.
And Michelle says...
What do you mean? What are we going to do about this? I don't know. Chef, what do you think?
One of Michelle's problems is every character stutters.
I hate people who talk like that.
How are we going to walk from room to room?
Here's the thing, it's one of those things, some people do it.
Are you talking about people with legit?
No. It's not a legitimate stuttering issue. Not a medical or a psychological
it's like
issue.
A crutch.
It's every character. It's the same stuttering delivery. And Michelle calls the three siblings nincompoops.
All right.
They could not even manage their way out of a friggin' paper bag, and they're going to run a company. That company's going straight into the ground if any one of them takes control of it.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God,
there was a
please.
big spoiler in episode 3. Last night was episode 4. Actually, Michelle watched a little bit with me and was just bitching and moaning. Michelle was complaining the entire time, and she was imitating all of the characters with their delivery. And it's like, but
should we do this? Should we do this thing? Let's do it.
They all do it. Kendall does it. That dude, Macaulay Culkin's brother's on the show. Kieran Culkin, he does it.
I'm going to emulate that all day for you now, just to,
Well, why would you do that,
I'll tell you what, is it Brian?
I don't know. Why else would I do it?
Is it Brian Cox that's the patriarch? So he, in an earlier episode this season, he actually really nailed things. Here, listen to this one audio bite.
You're such dopes.
He called his kids effing dopes.
I want to hear the stuttering.
No, he doesn't stutter.
he doesn't stutter.
Yeah, I should have pulled some stuff. He's the only one that doesn't stutter. But every kid, it's like the delivery is so pretentious and stilted and predictable. And Michelle, one of your complaints is the dialogue is like 4th grade level.
Oh my gosh, please.
All right, here's the audio. Listen to this.
You're such dopes. You're not serious figures. I love you, but you are not serious people.
You're not.
Sounds like every conversation I had with my father.
That's the most accurate line of the entire, 4 seasons of Succession?
I heard it was boring.
I've liked the show, but when
So what's the problem with it?
Yeah.
I hate people who do that.
Michelle
I know what you
hates
mean.
the show, calls the siblings.
I mean, what would Dad do? Dad would jump on the helicopter. The helicopter. Oh my gosh, please.
Wow. What kind of business is it that they're running? What is it?
Oh, it's like a total mirror of the Murdoch family.
Porn.
Oh, like a,
No, it's not porn. No,
it's an entertainment
it's like
empire.
it's a news it's a news and entertainment empire, and it clearly tracks the Murdochs: Rupert Murdoch, Fox News, New York Post, Wall Street Journal.
Didn't I see that somebody in Rupert Murdoch's inner circle is worried that somebody associated with them
Was leaking, yeah.
leaking
Yeah.
plot lines
Yeah.
to Succession?
Yeah, there was a story that I saw recently that over the 4 seasons of Succession from HBO, that there were some similarities that seemed to come out of the Murdoch camp, and was somebody leaking things to writers of Succession to work in some real Murdoch family drama into the show.
I'll tell you how interesting it is. It's being canceled after 4 seasons. Whereas like Billions is how many seasons deep? Sopranos,
Yeah.
right?
Sopranos
All
has
those-
been off for a while, Michelle.
Game of Thrones. No, but they all had like 5 plus 6, 7, whatever seasons. And Succession only made it to 4.
I got bored with Billions too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
Billions
Yeah, me
kind
too.
of, that jumped the shark.
Came on strong.
Hey,
man, I'm a billionaire and I'm wearing a Metallica shirt, man. I'm real cool. I have red hair and freckles. I'm a ginger.
Oh, dude, I've got a heavy metal band story you got to hear.
Oh, yeah?
All right, Michelle, you want to hang with us? Or you want to go?
Nope, I'll be listening. Goodbye.
All right, bye-bye.
Right.
Michelle despises Succession
You know
on
what I
HBO.
don't like about it?
On HBO, yes.
Is I don't like the color scheme. I know you're so mad because I just talked over you. I'm sorry, but I am
Well,
back.
it's like you don't listen. It's like your headphones are off.
It's like I'm doing 5 things at once.
All right.
And which I am. So I don't like Succession, the color scheme, like the palette that it's shot in. It's just very dark and dreary. I tried to get into it, but I'm with Michelle.
Froggy, I know that you're a heavy metal fan.
Well, I mean, I like some rock music. I wouldn't say exactly heavy metal, like.
Have you ever heard of the metal band I Imagine Murder?
No, they've gone. I'm not on that radar.
Are they touring currently?
I don't like that name. Do
Well,
they rock?
I have a story. I'll get to it. I need a little more time than what I have here. But I've got a heavy metal. There's a band called I Imagine Murder. And I got to give you the details in a second. Let me do a couple of quickies here, and then we'll get into that in the next segment when I have some more time. Did you see the Kardashian Photoshop fail where her middle finger appears to be amputated? This is like the second or third of these, or maybe more. But the Kardashians, they have had some terrible Photoshop issues where people have just recognized that the Photoshop is so bad. They alter themselves, and that's so bogus. Like Kim Kardashian, she posted a new full body image of herself in a bikini, and the amount of Photoshopping that goes into it is ridiculous.
Where's her middle finger?
Exactly. That's the point. She's
This picture?
she's you can't zoom in.
You know what? I saw this picture over the weekend. I was like, damn, her body does look amazing.
Zoom in.
See,
Because it's fake.
Yeah, on my Microsoft Surface 8, I can zoom in. Even on my my Lenovo laptop, I can pinch the screen and zoom in. Look at her face. Her middle finger is.
You know what that is?
Look, she is so photoshopped.
So there's her index finger.
No, that's a thing on the back of the phone that her finger's under. I think.
I think you
Like
might be right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How they have
The nub
That
device.
pop it, that little.
yeah, but the women have the one that.
So,
they
if you're taking a
put your
photo,
fingers in it.
I don't know, but you're telling me that finger just disappeared?
I actually think you're right, Froggy.
roundness?
Yeah, but look how unnaturally bent her fingers are.
That's what I'm saying. It's all, they do these Photoshop twists on their images, and whoever's doing it is not paying attention to all of the detail, and they end up with some weird remnants and artifacts where they look like alien freaks.
Froggy, explain this pinky to me that's doing like a 90-degree turn.
That is unnatural. A bone can't do that.
Okay, so maybe Froggy's right, and there is the finger rest thing, but
let me tell you what
the
happened.
Fingers are wonky.
Let me tell you what happened. It looks all wonky because the Photoshopper was doing so much work on the abdomen, on the thighs, the crotch, the legs, that they forgot about the hand. And the hand got all kermungled in the Photoshop process. The Kardashians just knock it off. And why do people care about them? Why do people oogle them or ogle them? Why? Everything you see is contrived and phonied up good. I don't get it. So that's the latest Photoshop fail that they're accusing the Kardashians. Hey, quickly, one last thing before we take our break, and then I'll get into Froggy's heavy metal story. You got to hear this. This is crazy. But for the second time now, a reporter confronted, that trans teacher up in Canada?
Yeah, I saw this.
The shop teacher with the gigantic boobs.
Right.
I mean, we're talking ridiculous cartoon boobs. Spotted out again going to like Home Depot or something. And a reporter said, hey, where are your giant boobs? Listen to this. The Canadian transgender teacher who wears fake Z-cup breasts. Folks, however large and cartoonish you think these boobs are, if you've not seen a picture of this this guy, it's 400 times worse than what you think. They are ridiculous. I mean, there's something out of a cartoon.
Her nipples would pass for boobs for some women.
Exactly. The nipple.
They're that big.
The nipple are the size of like, the tennis cans that have the 3 balls inside?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's like the size of the nipples.
Yes.
Yeah.
A tennis ball canister. So the Canadian transgender teacher who made headlines wearing the fake Z-cup breasts was confronted by a reporter, spotted out again in public. Kayla Lemieux was recently approached by Rebel News reporter as she was leaving the Maple View Mall in Burlington, Ontario. And the reporter is saying, hey, Mr. Lemieux, where are your breasts? I thought your breasts were real. Because that's what he always said. Oh, yes, these are real. Come on. We even found the prosthetic device on eBay that sells for like $900.
I think you could get it off of Amazon with next day shipping.
Yeah, probably so. In an oversized box.
I mean, you know what it is when it comes because it's huge.
Lemieux, a shop teacher at the Oakville Trafalgar High School up in Canada, was put on leave last month after making a mockery out of the classroom for months and months and was in shop class, like over a belt sander with these boobs that were the size of like a 5-year-old kid. I mean, ridiculous. And anyway, seen now out twice with no boobs. The prosthetics are gone.
Aw.
Yeah, but they're real. Come on.
All right, so this website, Rebel News Canada, I have to give them a follow.
Yeah.
I love
Looks pretty good.
Rebel Canadians.
All right, when we get back, there's another celebrity slamming the Kardashians. So you want to hear a celebrity actually attacking the Kardashians? Good. And then we have this heavy metal story for a guy I got to get to.
Yeah,
and then,
I love heavy metal.
And then, Roxanne, I got a lip filler horror story to tell you about.
Ooh, do tell.
Yep. So that's just a little sampling of what's coming up. Oh, and the celebrity fasting diet, the intermittent fasting. Got some issues here.
I've kind of been doing that lately.
Well, I'll explain. Oh, and there's an airline that's pretty big locally that's in trouble. So an airline that I see all the time, and I actually flew on them recently. There's a bit of an issue here, and I really want to know I'll tell you the story. You got to hear this. So airline in trouble, Florida related. I'll explain all next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Ladies and gentlemen, stand by. Now, Morning show on Q105. MJ and the crew here, almost 9 o'clock. You know what that means? An hour away from the next special Rock the Cash Box keyword. So in an hour at 10 o'clock, we'll give you the next special word, and we'll give you the text number. You text the word to the text number, and you could win $1,000 in cash. We're rocking the cash box here on Q105. It happens at 8 a.m. during the morning show, then right after the show at 10 a.m., then 12 noon, 3 p.m., and then 5 p.m. So multiple times a day to win $1,000 in cash. Stand by. All right, a lot of things to cover. Another long chunk of the MJ Morning Show right now. First of all, an airline which appears to be in a little bit of trouble. Listen, you know me. I'm fascinated by airplanes. I'm a big airplane fan.
Oh, we know.
You know, if I weren't in radio, Oh, are you rolling your eyes at me?
No, I just said, oh, we know.
I'm a plane geek. I love airplanes. And
you should come fly my simulator.
Well, if dude, I've flown the real simulators, all right?
Sorry, dude.
I've flown the Boeing 737-800 simulator up in Atlanta. I've been in the KC-135R simulator for many hours over at MacDill.
Mine's better.
I got to reestablish contact over at MacDill. So my old contacts, they're all, retired from the Air Force. They're flying for airlines now. But I used to have great contacts at MacDill and used to, be able to get into the simulator every once in a while and fly the KC-135R. It's fantastic. Tight, man. Yeah.
Remember the guys that we knew the guys because they brought the dogs over for the dog attack.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Hey, so if anyone at MacDill, anyone on the flight line or any of the KC-135R pilot guys or women, if you'd like to reestablish contact, hey, I'd love to get back into the KC-135R simulator.
And can you crash into MJ's house on that simulator?
Will you stop it, Froggy? Yeah, that's really going to get them to contact me, you idiot.
If you can't, it's not as good as mine.
Whatever. All right, so the bottom line here, if I weren't in radio, I probably would have been a pilot.
No way.
Yeah.
With your short temper?
I don't have
you would have snapped the stick in half.
I would not have. You stop
Remember
it.
he used to compare the studio to an airplane, a cockpit, Fester? And he'd say, I'm the pilot.
If this was a flight, we would have crashed and burned things.
We'd all be dead.
All right, can I do my hairline story now?
No, Froggy and I are just like flight attendants giving people drinks and you blame
Ginger ale, sir?
Listen to this.
Okay.
Silver Airways. You've seen those silver planes flying. They run those pinkish. They have two different paint jobs. I think they have an old paint job and a new paint job. And Silver, they fly those ATRs, those turboprops. And listen, they're decent planes. I flew Silver for the first time. When did I fly? I flew back a couple of months back. We flew over to see my parents in Fort Lauderdale. And we flew Tampa to Fort Lauderdale on Silver. And my parents picked me up at the airport. Guess what? Next time, maybe I won't be able to fly to Fort Lauderdale. The airport might evict them.
Wow.
And FLL, Fort Lauderdale, is Silver Airways' biggest hub. Apparently, they haven't paid rent in a very, very long time. And they owe the airport over $1 million in rent.
Come on, Silver.
I mean, you can't make this crap up.
No.
Listen to this. Silver Airways is a regional airline based in Florida, which operates a fleet of ATR turboprops. And a lot of the planes are very new. I thought our service was great. Remember I came back. I'm like, hey, we flew Silver, and it was fantastic. I thought they did a wonderful job. I had no complaints. The airline operates a variety of routes in the Southeast with a particular focus on flights within Florida, as well as flights between Florida and the Caribbean. On April 18, 2023, the Broward County Commission, that's going to be tomorrow. Oh, by the way, tomorrow's tax day. So you have to file by tomorrow. If you owe the feds money, and son of a bit, anyway, so tomorrow's tax day, because typically it's the 15th, but the 15th was on Saturday. And then today, Monday, is Emancipation Day in Washington, D.C. So tax day gets pushed off till tomorrow, because typically it would be the Monday after the 15th if it falls on the weekend, but then there's a holiday today, so then that's why it's April 18th this year. So just a little play. And if you owe the IRS money, if you file an extension for your taxes, you can file the extension, but you can't extend what you owe them. You got to pay them with your extension, or else you get interest and penalties. All right, so listen to this. Tomorrow, the Broward County Commission is going to be meeting to vote on whether to terminate Silver Airways' lease agreement at the Fort Lauderdale Airport.
Wow.
Not only is Silver Airways headquartered in Fort Lauderdale, it also is the biggest hub for the carrier. So why are they thinking about throwing Silver Airways out of the Fort Lauderdale Airport? Well, they haven't been paying their bills, and now they owe the county over $1 million in rent at the Fort Lauderdale Airport. How did the airport let them get this far behind? How are they over $1 million in arrears on the rent?
Yeah, that's a crappy accounts receivable.
Holy, and that's right. Roxanne's out of the accounting world.
She knows.
Well, you know what? You've got a really good personality, and typically folks out of accounting are just like wet noodles.
That's what I was always told.
Yeah. On January 3rd, 2022, the County Director of Aviation issued a first notice of default to Silver Airways, stating that Silver Airways owed the county $1,044,426.04 in rent, in overdue rent. Wow. The order was rescinded the next day after Silver Airways controller disputed the amount. The parties agreed that Silver Airways would pay the county $546,305 by January 11, 2022, with plans to reach a mutually acceptable repayment plan. Well, the payment never ended up happening. So they agreed to a payment that they could get thrown out of their biggest airport where their headquarters are. What the? Well, but it also raises, if they're not paying rent, are they maintaining their planes?
Yeah, good point.
That's a good question.
If they're not paying their bills to store their planes, are they paying their bills and
it's
doing the due diligence
the
to get
gate
checked?
where gates where people leave from. Wow, where the counters are, to check.
Yeah.
I mean, everything.
I mean, what do they have, like 4 planes?
That's no, they've got. You can check the fleet. I think they have like 10 planes. Well, look it up. Look, go type in Silver Airways fleet. But is that not odd? An airline potentially getting booted because they haven't paid rent at the airport, and it happens to be their biggest airport?
It's a little weird.
Yeah, they've got 18 planes.
Okay.
Yeah. At least that's what it says.
Just pay your rent, Silver.
Yeah. So that's weird. But you gotta. So Silver Airways could be evicted, but from Fort Lauderdale Airport, because they haven't been making their rent payments. That's nuts. Heads up on that. All right, Froggy, I know you're the biggest heavy metal fan in the whole room here.
Well, I do like some metal.
Yeah. So have you ever heard of the band I Imagine Murder?
No. Clever name.
I wonder if they imagined that their entire truck with all of their equipment stolen out of a hotel parking lot.
Oh, no.
All right, so I don't want you to confuse this with a big band. They have like 2,000 followers on Facebook, all right? It's not like they're a major national act.
I never said they were a major national act.
I'm getting context.
I just like the fact that their name is Bro, that's a weird name. I Imagine Murder. So can you imagine this? All right, so I Imagine Murder. Do you imagine your truck with all of your equipment being ripped off out of a Holiday Inn parking lot?
I do imagine me killing the person who did it.
I imagine theft.
That is nuts. So all of their equipment, over $25,000, was stolen. They go out to get their van in the morning. They're like, "Oh, someone's pulling a practical joke on us." Or maybe the van was towed by the towing company for the hotel, like a misunderstanding. No. Whole truck, everything was stolen. No idea where it was. Happened on April 4th. So, and then I Imagine Murder. One of the bandmates didn't come down for breakfast.
Murdered?
He was murdered in his bed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that story took a swerve.
I couldn't imagine.
With a guitar handle.
Oh wow. Oh,
No, I'm kidding. No,
Just the handle?
No, there was no. But I'm wondering, man, if your name is I Imagine Murder, I imagine Grand Theft Auto.
Listen,
But I mean,
this should be pretty easy to piece together. Just look for the guy wearing all the sweet I Imagine Murder merch. Because there's got to be like boxes of T-shirts in there.
they
right?
took all the sound gear, the soundboard. They took like the drum sets, everything.
So there's a GoFundMe
Of
page now
course.
for the I Imagine Murder Replace Stolen Gear Fund.
I saw that.
The goal is $25,000.
And they've only raised $27.86. So I'm thinking that I Imagine Murder probably imagined a more successful GoFundMe raise.
Imagine.
I imagine
don't
so.
imagine this working.
Yeah.
Poor guys.
Not
you know.
working very well here, is it?
Just some guys working the road trying to make it with
Do
the
we have
name
any I
like
Imagine Murder music? Any of their songs? Anything?
Yeah.
I'd love to give them a listen. Or not.
Hey, Andrew, can you find some I Imagine Murder online? Yeah, see if you can find it. I just thought it was an interesting story that they're playing shows. They're parked in a hotel parking lot, and their whole freaking van gets ripped off. A couple of the guys had their guitars up in the room because I think they sleep with their guitars.
Right.
But seriously, all kidding aside, I don't know if they do that. But a couple of the guys had the guitars, or else those would have been stolen as well.
Was it a Holiday Inn or was it a Holiday Inn Express?
I don't know.
Because doesn't one of them say that you're smarter for sleeping there?
Holiday Inn Expresses are nice.
Yeah.
Well, one of them is, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express.
I don't have my musical equipment today, but I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express.
Continental breakfast.
You want to talk about a good breakfast?
Yeah,
Holiday
I
Inn
did
Express.
not see the name of the hotel where all their crap was stolen from, but it happened up in Missoula. That's Montana?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So that's where their crap was stolen. Somebody hotwired the van. The cops found that there was shattered glass in the parking lot, so somebody busted out the window, hotwired the van, and boom, gone in 60 seconds.
You know, there's a big metal scene in Montana.
Oh, yeah. Montana metal, that's a big category.
That's a genre, actually, on
Let me
Spotify.
hear some. Andrew has some I Imagine Murder. Go ahead.
Okay, it's a tender love ballad titled My Goddess Agony.
Okay, a tender love ballad, My Goddess Agony. Have you previewed it for content? Oh, it's one of those. It's one of those.
Yeah, did you hear the name of the band?
Yeah, Hickety cursing his head off, and we just can't understand it.
It's one of those bands where it's like.
What do you think? I Imagine Murder's going to sound like,
Paul Anka?
Paul Anka.
Roxanne, I overheard you speaking to somebody in the hallway.
So you were spying on
I wasn't
me.
spying. I was walking by.
So you were
I don't have-
eavesdropping.
Yeah, public domain.
I
yeah.
was walking by and I heard the conversation. I was not hiding to listen in. Can you please, I don't think I have all the facts, but did I hear that you used the hotel phone to make a call and you were charged some kind of whopping astronomical phone fee?
I did.
Well, hold on. Who the hell uses the hotel phone anymore? We all have cell phones.
Okay.
What happened?
This is what happened.
Please.
My phone was conked out, and
You plug it in, you can get enough juice to make a call.
I know. No. But I needed it immediately. So Doug and my older daughter were leaving the hotel room to go to the pool or wherever they were going to get coffee. And my older
Well,
daughter.
hold on. Were they going to get coffee or are they going to the pool?
I can't remember. It's all a blur. But they were leaving to go somewhere.
Okay.
And my older daughter has a tendency to take up a lot of energy in the room. And she's loud, and we're always, okay, go, get your stuff. Get
I know.
out of here,
you need
kid.
to you need to use Trank.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And so my baby's still in bed with me, and she's sitting there. And so they left, and she looks at me. She goes, Mama, Daddy didn't say I love you to me. He didn't even say bye-bye. And I go, well, that's rude. So I go to grab my phone and call Doug and say, you didn't even say goodbye to your other daughter. And
man.
so then I couldn't. I realized it was conked
Well,
out.
because Doug favors the 5-year-old.
No,
he
no,
doesn't even
he
think
doesn't.
he doesn't even think the 3-year-old is his, right?
He has questions, unspoken questions.
All right. All right. So what happens?
So I was like, we'll call him right away. They just walked out the door. I was like, going to call him.
So you
"Get back
grab
here
your
and say
cell
goodbye."
phone and your cell
And
phone's
it's
dead?
conked out. Get back here and say goodbye to your daughter and hug her. And so I call, and it rang a couple times, then like your voicemail's full.
All right, so your cell phone is dead.
Yes.
You picked up the hotel phone
Yes.
to call Doug,
Yes.
area code 813.
Correct.
While you're down in the 305.
Yes.
So you hit like a 9 for a local call and then
Mhm.
1
Yeah, you got
813.
You got it. I
Okay,
didn't
and-
even do the 1. I just did 9813. And so then it goes to his voicemail, but it rang a couple times, went to his voicemail. I did the MJ cycle calling rule of 2.
How many times did you call total?
Two times.
You called his cell phone twice.
Yes.
And-
Neither time did he pick up.
And so what? A total of maybe 1 minute for each call?
However long it took to ring, once it went to once the voice picked up,
Then
I
you
hung
hung
up
up.
immediately.
Oh, so not even a minute. Like,
no,
like
nothing.
20 seconds.
Nothing.
All right,
Yeah.
So what happens? You get billed?
So he gets the room charges and he's like, you know what? They just get you on everything at these hotels. I'm gonna
Well,
check everything.
The biggest thing is the resort charge.
the resort fees, and
That's-
the
that's
parking,
yeah.
and the
Parking, resort. I mean, it's out of control as hotels are trying to just juice up revenues. And like when there are ridiculous resort charges, we don't stay there. And there's a bit of a backlash where people are starting to avoid hotels with these big resort fees.
Yeah.
So essentially, all the stuff that used to be included with spending a couple of $100 a night for a hotel, now they're trying to, jack you around and add the so-called resort fee. All right, so how much were your 2 20-second phone calls?
$26.
What?
Yes.
Oh my God, $26 for 2 20-second phone calls that went right to his voicemail and you hung up?
Yes, 2 phone calls and that went to nowhere. And I was like, he's like, Roxanne, did you call anyone? And I was like, ooh, yeah, I did. I just called. So I told him what happened and I told him to call there. I don't know if he did and tell him to take it off the charges because that's not right.
That is highway robbery.
Did you challenge the charges then?
I told him to call and challenge.
Well,
so
did
I
he?
I don't know. I told him to.
If I call him, is he going to pick up?
Probably not, and it'll cost you $26.
No, maybe, yeah, you can call him. I think so.
Hang on, let me try. I want to know if he got the... All right, I'm calling Dig Doug right now. Of course, Doug, Roxanne's perpetual fiance.
And Doug.
Hello?
Doug, hey, it's MJ and Roxanne and the crew. Faster Froggy calling you live. How are you?
Huh. I couldn't be better.
Well, fantastic. Hey, Roxanne's telling us about the 2 20-second phone calls to your voicemail, and the hotel charged you $26?
Yeah, like $13.70 some cents.
Per phone call to an... Oh, my God. All right. So the question is, did you contest that at checkout? Did you pay $26 for 2 20-second phone calls to your voicemail, or did they take it off the bill?
The prices there in South Beach, I think
ridiculous.
I think you're charged $50 per concierge visit. So I figure it's just a net gain not to.
Wait a minute. Hold on. They charge you to talk to the concierge?
He's making a point. Like if we were to go back and say, yeah.
I'm making a joke. They
Oh.
charge you for everything, but
All right, so I need to know. That is ridiculous. $13 plus for a phone call to your voicemail, 2 of them, 20-second duration, maybe. Did you pay, or did you ask them to remove that?
you know what? I haven't even got into it. We had such a memorable time at the Edition. We were obviously at the Edition on
Okay.
South Beach.
Yeah.
And we had such a great time. We
Okay.
haven't even gotten into.
So the hotel in Tampa, the Edition in Tampa, is our first 5-star, right?
It is.
And then is it a 5-star in South Beach as well?
Probably, yeah.
Oh,
see, I didn't know where you guys were staying, but regardless of the hotel, and I hear very good things about the Edition, but $13
Well, let's put it this way.
for local calls a little steep.
When we got to, when we left and we went to Wendy's, stopped at Wendy's in Weston or wherever, I'm like, oh, this is a good Wendy's sandwich. I was like, I'm just so happy to be out of South Beach and not paying a gazillion dollars for everything, for oxygen.
Well, just everything at South Beach is expensive, right?
Yeah.
All right, so Doug,
everything everywhere is expensive.
but still, $13 for a little local call, that's a little high. I don't care where you are.
It depends who you're talking to, I guess. I was talking to Roxanne, so I was thrilled.
Wow.
Were you, Doug?
Well, but you checked out, you paid the bill, so you technically forked over the $26 for 2 20-second phone calls?
It was a great phone call. I was satisfied.
No, you didn't.
Wait a minute. Roxanne said they both went to voicemail.
They did. They did. They did.
That's why I'm so satisfied.
I'll figure it out. You know what? To be determined. Let's see how accommodating the addition really is, and then we'll be better prepared.
All right. I know you're doing other stuff.
You know, I'm looking forward because remember here in Tampa, I had mentioned that I had not been to Water Street, and the addition here in Tampa, they had invited. I got to determine who, but
yeah, Roxanne, didn't the lady reach out to you and invited?
No. It was she called the show.
Yeah, she called the show.
That's right.
Yeah, so I got to put that together and contact them, and I'll also ask them about the $13 phone calls down in South. They might not be up to speed with South Beach. They probably know Tampa Bay. But what happened was I had made a mention that the Edition Hotel in downtown Tampa at Water Street. I had made a mention like it was the first 5-star hotel in the Tampa Bay area. And I also mentioned, and still to this day, I have not been to Water Street. So Michelle and I have not even been down there. And that's when the Edition had called into the show and they had said, hey, we'd love to have you down as a guest. And maybe, I think even dinner at is it Lilac, right?
Yes,
Lilac.
Yeah, I was going to say Lilia, but that's a restaurant I went to in Brooklyn. So Lilac is supposed to be very, very good, and the hotel is supposed to be gorgeous. So I got to get a hold of marketing because we just got so jammed up and busy that I didn't follow up. So I got to follow up and see if we're still invited.
You guys have been putting such hard work into the show. I think the show is fantastic. I just want to take a moment to let you know.
Okay.
All right, Doug. Why you hold on? What do you want? You're kissing butt here.
He's
What
up
do
to something.
What do you exactly?
Okay,
what do you,
have a good trip. I know you're packing and trying to
hold
get
on.
to the
He's
airport.
wrong. He's
trying to get
leaving
him
you
off the
again.
line.
Wait, you just came back and he's leaving you?
Yes. It's okay.
Hold on, Doug. Where are you going now?
He hung up already.
Hello?
Let him go. Goodbye, Doug.
Hello? Like this guy just hangs. Whenever he doesn't want to answer a question, Dig Dug hangs up.
He was gone before he even asked him.
That's his thing. If he
always
doesn't
has
want
to hang up first. Is that a thing for him?
if
He does in real life.
If I ask him a question that he doesn't want to answer, he hangs up. That's his deal. He's done it every time.
Wow.
My God.
He's in a
All
good
right,
mood today because
so
he's getting out of town.
Where is he going now?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. Where is he going now?
I can't keep track of it all. I really can't.
Where's
He's
he
got,
headed?
3 different places he's
Where's
going.
he, where's he
maybe?
going?
No Bahamas. I think Dallas is on.
Oh my God! Anyway.
Dallas is beautiful this time of year.
Oh, it's fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode of
Roxanne and Doug.
We got to welcome Wacky Jackie in next. It's Wacky Jackie's next. Not now. Not now. Wacky Jackie's birthday is today. Oh, you know what? Also, we have MJ Morning Show mystery merch.
It still trickles in. It's amazing.
Yeah, so I got to open up 2 mystery merches and then a ton of loose ends. Folks, hold on. We are back in minutes on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. Stansfield. Is it Stanfield, right? Lisa Stansfield? I haven't heard that in a long time. That sounds fresh to me. All right, 9:34. And who was the one that had the chain in her nose? That was
Jane Child.
Yeah, that was Jane Child. She had those wallet chains like the Harley drivers wear? They got the big wallet chain and the big wallet in the back. Yeah. Jane Child, she had one of those on her nostril. Remember, she had the earring with the chain that went from her earring to her nostril?
That's a solid look.
Yeah. All right, 9:34 at the MJ Morning Show. A lot of ground to cover in the final segment here. First, though, I want to do some mystery merch because we had a couple of packages come in, Friday?
Yeah, late Friday. We kind of put the brakes on MJ Mystery Merch, and yet stuff still rolls in, so we're grateful for it.
I'm still waiting for a 90-inch OLED television set to show up. All right, here we go. MJ Morning Show Mystery Merch, and this was sent from, the return address is the Netherlands.
Okay, that seems far.
Hang on.
Ooh.
All right, so
The Flying Dutch.
Well, hold on a minute. There are canisters in here. What are these, glitter bulbs?
Are they rockets or something?
I don't know. Hang on a minute.
Fireworks?
There are canisters in here.
You can't ship fireworks internationally.
This is a foreign package from the Netherlands. Hang on. Let me open up the first one here. I'm just going to pull these tubes out. I'm not going to open the canisters because I don't know what. Oh, little explorers maps. Hold on, these are maps.
I don't know if they are. That looks like a joke to me. But
Awesome maps, the best map for kids. I'm not opening this thing up.
Why?
It looks sus. That's suspicious.
Yeah, it feels like paper in there. Feels like rolled up paper.
How many maps do we have?
4. Here's the first one.
All right.
Now, hang on a minute. Then there's another one in here.
Maps are stupid.
Stop. All right, so here's another one. This one is another one. Oh, a dive map.
All right, I just opened it, MJ. It did not explode.
No, I just opened one accidentally because the canister tube stayed at the bottom.
I don't know.
Hold on, this is a dive map.
Watch the first
500 best dive sites in the world. Oh, my God, I got to have that. Oh, what a gift this is.
Is there any near here?
Well, I'm sure there are. Well, I can see that I think Little Cayman is on here.
Who's that?
In the Cayman Islands.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Little Man.
No, Little Cayman. All right. Wow. Oh, I love
cool.
this. So I got dive map. Hang on a minute.
All right, so I have an explorer's map for children. That's awesome.
Oh, bring that home for the kids. Let me open and again, mystery merch is where people just send us crap.
I need pee pads for my dog. I'll take one.
But these were sent from the Netherlands. Who the heck sent us?
Do they not make maps in America anymore?
Oh, look, the bucket list map. 250 things to do before you die.
Oh, that's a good one.
Look at this map. By the way, I'm holding this all up to MJ TV.
These maps are cool.
Yeah, they are.
Thank you.
So whoever sent these maps, this is really
very unique.
This is a great gift, especially the dive sites for me.
My gosh, are they big enough?
All right, hang on a minute. Here's the last one. Fishing map.
Froggy.
Yay! Give it.
Rewritable fishing map.
Rewritable.
There you go. Look at that.
That's cool.
All right. I don't know if I could use this kid's map because my kids can't read, but
Dude, your daughter's 11 years old. Of course she can read.
Not real strong at it. Right. I'm kidding. I teach my kids the value of self-deprecating humor.
And then there's another box that's really big and heavy. Hang on.
All right.
Here's the next box. All right. Next one is from Zuku Sushi. Oh, yeah, from Ferdian Jap. I know who this is.
Who?
Ferdian. He was the owner. Ferdian is, his last name is J-A-P. So Ferdian Jap, right? So from Zuku Sushi. And you know who he is? Ferdian is the guy who owned the sushi bar where, was it Leonard Fournette left a ridiculously big tip?
Oh, that's right.
Up in Wesley Chapel.
Yeah. So it's the sushi bar up on 56 up in Wesley Chapel.
Yeah, you got a copy of that receipt and the big tip.
Hang on a minute. So I got a big box here.
That's cool.
What the heck's in here? I'm gonna open up from the bottom. Man, it costs $20 to ship.
Holy shit!
Holy ship!
For $20, I would have gone and picked it up.
All right, hang on a minute. Opening up the bottom. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
What did he send you?
Holy, it looks like a giant case of sriracha.
Oh, God.
Oh, but look at this.
Really?
I got a giant case of sriracha.
Is this just turning into groceries for MJ now?
I mean, MJ, that's a lifetime of sriracha sauce.
Dude, this is a whole case. It's
Wow.
12 17-ounce bottles. Oh, my God.
Hold it up.
I am.
Wow.
I'm going to hold it up to... Oh, my... Look at this. I'm holding it up to MJ TV.
Oh, that's the big bottle, too, man.
This is the 17-ounce bottle. 12 of these things.
That's a lifetime.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
That's like
What's the shelf life on these things?
That's a decade's worth of
Oh,
sriracha
my
if you use it
God.
every day.
Does anyone else use sriracha in
I
here?
use it all the time.
That's
bud.
going to do
I'll-
a number on your
Well,
intestines.
I'm gonna be able to pass out sriracha to everyone. Hey, Buck, come on in here. Get a bottle of sriracha.
Yeah, sriracha for everybody.
Hold on, there's more stuff in. Wait a minute, there's
Sriracha party.
Need sriracha? We gotcha.
Hey,
Take
Buck,
it.
come on.
Enjoy yourself.
Hey, you need a bottle of sriracha?
Yeah.
Give me one. All right, Froggy, there's some sriracha.
Very cool.
Fessy, you want sriracha?
Absolutely. I'll take it.
All right.
I'll get mine. All right. Beautiful.
Yeah, bring up the
Thank
name of the
you.
sushi place. It's Zuku Zukku. Was that the name of the one up in Wesley Chapel? Because remember, we had him on the air about Leonard Fournette leaving that giant tip. Yeah, Zuku Sushi. And
So this is in Tampa.
there's one in Tampa, but what's the one up in Wesley Chapel? You know what? Maybe one is named. What's the one in Wesley Chapel?
Oh, let me look it up.
Yeah, Leonard Fournette sushi tip. Yeah. Yeah, bring up the name of the sushi bar. Just want to make sure that I mentioned the one up in it was
Zuku-san.
Zuku-san sushi. And that's the one in Wesley Chapel as well. So wait a minute, looks like there's a whole bunch of chopsticks in here.
I can eat my
look
sriracha
at
with my
this.
chopsticks.
Oh, and looks like little salmon nigiri squeeze balls. Like little salmon nigiri stress balls.
That's awesome.
Oh my God! And chopsticks. I got sriracha out the wazoo. What a great mystery merch day.
That's awesome.
Hey Roxanne, do you need this hot sauce or no?
Yes, I do. I love it.
Well, so she'll take one. Yeah.
Oh, hold
absolutely.
on. Oh, and Wacky Jackie's in the
Hey,
house.
Jackie,
Yes,
good
and
news.
today's a special day.
Yeah, we got you a present. Sriracha sauce.
Wacky Jackie, happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much.
Fester was going to get you a carton of cigarettes, but we didn't know what brand you smoked.
Yeah, well, I smoke the expensive ones.
So listen to this, Jackie. We eventually figured out that you smoke American spirits, right?
I never heard of that.
Okay, right. I go to
I've heard of like
Publix.
Winston and Marlboro and Pall Mall.
So I go to Publix to buy them, right?
Yeah.
I've never bought cigarettes.
Yeah,
And
how much are cigarettes these days?
the ones that they have, first of all, they have like 6 different colors or 4 different colors. I didn't know what color box. So what color box are you?
Bright yellow.
Okay, they had the bright yellow. MG, it was like $11 a box. And I'm like, I guess I'll take one of each. How much are they? The guy's like, $11 a box. I'm like, forget that. I left them all.
Wow. Wacky Jackie, here,
Yeah,
take
throw
a bottle.
it.
Do you like sriracha or no?
No, I don't. I'm
Okay.
a white girl from Ohio. I just can't do it.
All right.
Fester,
I
did
just
you get a
can't do it.
bottle?
I got a bottle.
All right, you want 2 bottles?
We'll eat 2.
Roxanne, did you get a bottle?
No, Fester's
All right, here, grab
hogging them off.
grab a
Yeah,
bottle.
plenty of sriracha.
Give that to Roxanne. Everyone gets a bottle
I
of
will keep
sriracha.
my sriracha collection.
But thank you, though. It looks good.
Wow.
I don't need sriracha now for like 5 years. This is awesome.
Well, hey, Wacky Jackie, happy birthday. Today is your
Thank you
birthday.
so much. It is.
The 17th of April is your birthday.
Yes. Yes,
All
it
right.
is.
And any big plans on a rockin' Monday night for your birthday?
You know, I rocked pretty well over the weekend. I put the Vikings to shame with the amount of beer I imbibed, so I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah,
Excellent.
feeling good today.
Well,
Listen, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you.
We love you, Jack.
I got a
I
Thank
love you guys.
We have a card for you.
Oh,
We do?
and
We
yep,
do? Oh,
Roxanne,
yes, we do.
Roxanne
And-
has a card for you. We all
And-
signed
You
it.
got a card?
My daughter picked these out for you
Oh my
yesterday.
God! Thank you.
And
I love coconuts.
Sniff
Okay,
it. If it smells like marijuana, Froggy was the last one to.
Well, then you know I
Son.
really want them.
Yeah,
then.
that's the one she really wants. If it doesn't smell like marijuana, she'll be pissed.
All right, now before we get out of here, I got a couple of things to do. Did you hear? I early in the show I mentioned that I had like this family money mayhem story. This is insane. A guy withdrew the family's money out of the bank account and then threw it out the window on an interstate in Oregon.
How much?
$200,000.
Oh, wow. Yeah. The pastor, I saw the story and I was freaking out. It's crazy.
What the hell? An Oregon driver threw $200,000. He took an estimated $200,000 out of the family's bank accounts to bless others. State police in Oregon said that Colin Davis McCarthy, 38, had been chucking wads of $100 bills from his car's window along Interstate 5 up in Oregon, up in Eugene. Eugene. So in Eugene, Oregon, causing other drivers to slow down and collect all this cash. After troopers located McCarthy's car, the generous motorist told them that he was doing well and wanted to bless others with gifts of money. Troopers were worried that people looking for cash in the dark on the interstate would cause an accident. What about getting mowed over by a truck at 75 miles an hour?
You know, if there's a bucket of a big bale of hundos, I'm going to take that chance. I'll run out there.
Oh, my. Just throwing money out of the window.
So $200,000.
He estimated the spread of money was roughly $200,000 that night, and he got the money by emptying the family's bank account. McCarthy is currently not facing any charges. Well, how about littering? If you're throwing cash out your window, that's...
Is it littering? It's all been picked up.
McCarthy, he's currently not facing any charges, although troopers were considering hitting him with reckless endangerment or disorderly conduct charges. He could have been charged in a situation like this for danger being created because of his actions. McCarthy's family said that his decision to spread the wealth has left them broke.
Yes.
And they're asking people who picked up the money to return it.
Good
What?
All right.
What
Good
a
luck with
idiot.
that.
Froggy, you're on Interstate 75, and there's a guy throwing out wads of hundreds. You pull over and pick up, I don't know, $4,000. Do you return it to the family?
Not me.
Oh, man, we got to go to the phones on this. Not today. We don't have time today. We got to pick this story up tomorrow.
What would you do?
What would you do?
What would you do? What would you do?
I mean, if your family saves $200,000 and one of the relatives blows it in a couple of seconds?
Throws it out the window on I-5? That is absolutely pure insanity.
That's not right.
No, that's nuts. What else will we get out of here? We'll save this. I got a lot of stuff for tomorrow already. Yeah, listen, I just can't squeeze all this amazing content. This is hot content, especially since I've sprayed sriracha sauce all over the stories in the studio. Very hot content. Very hot stuff. Anything else, guys, before we get out of here today?
That's it.
Nope.
All right, everyone have a fantastic weekend.
Everyone. That's a great idea. That's
I'm
the best idea
ready.
you've had
I'm
all day.
still ready.
Yes.
1 day back after vacation is all I need.
What the hell am I saying? Everyone have a fantastic day.
See you tomorrow.
And we'll see you tomorrow. MJMorningshow.com, always loaded. MJMorningshow.com. And we'll see you back here tomorrow on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. And let's be careful out there. Oh, and one last thing. The next keyword for Rock the Cash Box happens in about 14 minutes. So stand by. You could win $1,000 coming.